Ooh. Ooh. Hello, how are you doing? And you changed your username. Welcome, welcome. Is a bit. Let me see. Something about his face feels a little off. If I move it, you can probably see it, but they also tell me if the music is a little too loud. Profile pic too. I don't remember your profile pic. I just remember it being dark and there being green speckles or something. Let's see. Let me just tone down my own music. All right. Basically, hold on. Basically, this is the angle, right? But his nose and mouth are kind of off angle. So I think that feels weird. I might have to fix it. Let's see. Let's see what I can do. Let me try to do the thing. Merge visible to new layer. And then I'll just take this. I think I just need to grab his nose and mouth. Place them onto another layer and then I'll do this. So I can move them freely. It's still a little weird. Or maybe his nose is fine, but it's his mouth. I'm not sure yet. Oh yeah. It's probably his mouth. It probably just was his mouth. Because, let me see. I think things should be a little parallel, you know, like this. So it wasn't the angle. Let's see. Look if I, you know, toggle it off. Let me see, let me grab the mouth. Oh. Huh? The thing is, I'm wondering... You know what? I think I should make his mouth a little smaller. If I make it small, I need to move it back a little. No, that's too much. Yeah, I know what. That's fine. His face does look a little bit odd. Yeah. Is this better? Are you going out tomorrow? Where are you going? I too am going out tomorrow. In fact, I've been going out every single day. Because I now have work I commute to. Is my brother giving me? Okay. Yeah, hanging out with friends sounds fun. I'm sorry, because of the Maidamos chibi, I'm currently imagining him wearing a skirt in that photo card. Wait, hold on. Let me look for something. Like, there was like one time I saw this like ridiculous selafku. Honestly, I should probably make this like a bonus card or something. I saw this ridiculous selafku. and put Mighty in it. So yeah, I, you know, occasionally I do look for, you know, like sailor color clothes because I love them, right? I bought a jacket from like Urban Outfitters or something. It was like on sale, so it was like I think 30 bucks or something, like really cheap. Urban Outfitters sailor jacket. I don't know if they still have it. Oh yeah. It's giant though. It's like an, I bought an XS and it looks so, it looks bigger than this. Like, I don't know how tall this model is, but it looks normal on her, right? But when I wear it, it's like, it looks massive. It's so stiff too. But it's really cute, so I bought this. It's really cute, no? Don't you think so? Don't you think so? So this is like my current favorite jacket. Okay. So occasionally I do look for like sailor clothes when I'm like in the mood, you know? I ran across this. I don't even know and yeah, this was on a shopping trip, so I bought him that. It's so, you know what? Mighty might be my biggest victim. Like, I might be a bully to Mighty. I was like, I only, up until now, up until this photo card, I've only drawn him in like ridiculous outfits. Oh my god, Milk, next to the Mighty Selafgu, you could draw Finan in a reverse bunny suit. Wait, what's a reverse bunny suit? What's a reverse bunny suit? Also, guys, have you thought about it? Like, every 100 years. I don't know, like, the 1820s, the 1920s, and the 2020s. You know, like, almost every 100 years, something ridiculous is happening. I remember, didn't Martin Luther, it wasn't Martin Luther King. Okay, I'm talking about Martin Luther. Something like, didn't he also slam the like 10 commandments on the church wall in like 1925 or something? Or like, no, not 19, in like 1525 or like 1518 or something? Every 100 years, something ridiculous is happening. And look at, right? So we got the, I think there was like 3 pandemics. Like 1820, there was a pandemic. Then 1920s, there was a pandemic. 2020s, there's a pandemic. So every 100 years, like we were born in the wrong generation. I was born in the wrong generation, genuinely. Okay, and now, apparently, like I saw, like a few days ago, I don't know, like the government, the German government, kind of like released. They issued a warning, kind of, you know, like a very light warning. They're like, you know, there might be war. So people should be prepared, you know, like buy yourself a radio that doesn't need, you know, like a radio where you can, like, that doesn't need energy or something like that. Buy one of those, you know, also stock up on foods. You never know, right? And they're also like considering, doing conscription again and stuff, right? So I saw this post about how there might, like, you know, the warning, and they're like, okay, this is what every household needs, right? So I was like, okay, that's interesting. What do they think? Because during the pandemic, everyone was like, yeah, you need 2 weeks worth of food and stuff, right? You should always have 2 weeks worth of food in your pantry. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, my food would go bad before I could even touch it, right? So I was like looking. I was like, okay, what do they recommend us to have? So they said, oh, can you see, wait, hold on, can you even see this? They said 4 kilograms of noodles, of like pasta. 4 kilograms. It's like 8 packets? 8 500-gram packets of pasta. Wait, wait, what should I not show on stream? Oh, the bunny suit. Wait, hold on. I'll put it on a, okay, hold on. I'll put it on a different tab. We're doing an ADHD stream right now. Reverse bunny suit. Wait, I already looked for it. Ah, where the bunny part is exposed. Interesting. Oh my god, there's a lot of like spoilers and stuff. What the fuck? That is so funny. Who even thinks of that? Well, I mean, I guess some Guna invented it. You know what's really funny? It's like a deluxe. Okay, this girl is actually kind of cute. She's my type. But okay, fair enough. Some like, I do not understand how that turns people on. Genuinely, I don't understand how that turns people on. I'm like, that's just weird. I'm sorry. It's just like, I don't even think it's sexy. It's just exposed. It's just nudity. Weirdly enough. The bunny suits, I'm like, bunny suits, they do have a little bit of an aesthetic, right? It kind of like shows off your figure, makes your legs longer and stuff. And reverse bunny suits just like, it doesn't enhance anything. Maybe like the shoulder part or something, but that's it. But then you also do not need the nudity below it to do the same, like it's a bolero. Was geht, meine Freunde? Oh, hi, Millie. Millie is there. I think it's funny AF and Final would rock it. He would rock anything. Anyways, right? Look at this. Millie, do you see this? They're telling us that every household needs 4 kilograms of noodles. That's like 8 packs of pasta. What am I doing with 8 packs of pasta? How? 3 kilograms of rice. Like rice. What I'm supposed to do? 7 big... It's like, 7 big cans of canned vegetables, and they're saying the big cans. I'm sure you've seen the big cans. Dosengemüse. Oh, it's like, do we have like a size comparison? Usually they're at the bottom. Like, fair enough. We need canned foods. Right, it's not these. It's like the massive ones at the bottom. Größenvergleich. Oh, das kann ich tippen. Yeah. Can we have like a size? It's like basically they're talking about American-sized cans, okay? Like the huge ones. Right? 3 Dosen Obst. Okay. Just this amount? Half the amount of fruits? Why not 7 cans of fruits as well? 5 bags? 5 bags of nuts? For snacking? For what? For food? For the nutrition? 4 cans of fish. This is the most German part. 6 cans of Wurst. Die gute Wurst. Die gute alte deutsche Wurst. Wait. Who? The whole group is here? Hello. Wait, who's Millie's nephew? The fuck? Wait, that's Millie's nephew? I'm a normal viewer, I don't know Millie. Wow, that's surprising. I thought you would need more oil. They're telling us we only need 1 bottle of vegetable oil. Well, food oil. It doesn't need to be vegetable. Well, does it? To be fair, I only buy like 1 bottle a year. I don't really use oil that much, so that's fair. Only 4 liters of milk? I think you should buy at least 10 liters of milk. You know, like, especially the gym bros. You know, they need protein shakes. Do you know how, like, it's like five cups. 5 cups of milk, and then you're already done. Like that, like a liter of milk lasts for a week. Oh, I guess this is a month's worth of food then. 500 Gramm Hartkäse. You know what? Do we need cheese? I mean, it's not a necessity. Well, it is for flavor, I suppose. So they're telling us, wait, only 500 grams of like a hard cheese, such as Parmigiano? I think you probably would have to triple that for the Italians. That's crazy. What are you gonna do with just like 500 grams? Like, you're gonna... Do you know how Germans eat cheese? It'll be gone in like a week. Taschenlampe mit Kugeln. Okay, this one's fair, I suppose. Like, you have to, like, those... Dude, do I even have a flashlight? I don't think so. Camping or Spirituskocher mit Brennmaterial. Oh, I do not have one of those. Warme Kleidung und Decken. Well, I have enough of that. Interesting. So they're telling us to just like lay up if we do not have, like, if we do not have heating, we just need to like have enough blankets. Well, I do have enough. I do have enough for myself. I don't know about my brother and my mom, but they can come over. Well, my house is a little colder than theirs, so they should stay over there. Important documents. Oh shit, do I have them? They're all scattered. They're scattered throughout my house. They're telling me I should have all of my important documents in one place. Well, shit. Guess I'll have to be a good German citizen and sort my shit. Alright, what happened? Where's chat so... It gets so lively in there. That's nice and all. But Millie's fighting her nephew, isn't she? Aiko, you're still young. Aren't you like 16? That is young, okay? You're a child. Anyone who's still a child is automatically young. I don't know what to tell you. Even if you're like in your mid-20s, you're still considered young. Like, remember, humans have a lifespan of like 80 years, okay? They have a lifespan of 80 years, meaning you haven't even lived a quarter of their life. Even people in their 20s have barely lived a quarter of their lives, okay? You are considered young. I think you can only consider yourself old once you've passed the, like, I don't know, 50 or 55 mark of your life. You are still a baby. Even if you're an adult. If you're 18, you turn 18 and you become an adult, you are a newborn adult. You haven't even lived adult life for a full year. You are a newborn. If you're like 20, you're a toddler. An adult toddler, okay? You can't call yourself old then, Milk? No, I can't. Well, mentally, I'm at least 70. Okay, so mentally, I'm old. I've always been a little old. Mentally, I am still grandma. I am grandma inside. Okay. My body might be a little young, but I am grandma inside. In fact, I think I might be pre-diabetic. So I am already living the grandma life, okay? Alright, that's it. I just wanted to show you that they're telling me, like, the first thing they're telling me to do is to buy 4 kilograms of noodles. Like, do we not eat anything other than noodles? Like, could it not be powdered potato? Like Kartoffelbrei? In powdered form? Why does it have to be noodles? Why? 4 kilograms? Well, I mean, to be fair, Asians do just stash like 20 kilograms of rice. Every time we buy rice, it's 20 kilograms. It lasts us like 3 months or something. At least as a family, it lasts like 3 months. So every like few months, you'll have to buy like 20 kilograms of rice. But you also have to eat it. Otherwise, it'll go like stale and shit. Alright, hold on. Let me clean up. I have to delete. Let's see. I have so many layers. It's ridiculous. See, I think we do need to refine the shadows a little bit. The fuck? Rice is good. I prefer potatoes. We've had this talk before. Potatoes are better than rice. In fact, I ate Thüringer Klöße. I ate potato dumplings today, okay? Potatoes just taste better than rice. Like, I would not want to eat... I mean, rice is okay. But it's like, rice needs side dishes. Potatoes do not. Potatoes just need salt and you would be good to go. That's a universal, like, truth. You cannot just put salt on rice and eat rice on its own. You'd have to, like, get soy sauce or some dipping or, like, an egg on top for it to be good. But potatoes, you can just eat it with a little bit of salt. Who's the noodle man? What do the noodles do to you? The noodles? It's like 4 kilograms. They're telling us you need to have 8 packs of noodles at any time. Is that too much? Do you not just go out and buy like a pack of noodles whenever you need it? And that's it? Like, how many noodles are you gonna buy? And then on top of that, right, it's 4 kilograms. If you buy 4 kilograms of pasta, right, Italian pasta, it's like 8 packs. You know what? That's a little, that's okay. That's, überschaubar, you know? Like, it's not that much. But imagine, like, rice noodles. Rice noodles is so much. Like, pho noodles, if I were to buy 8 kilograms of pho noodles, I would have bought the entire Dongsun Center. Like, I would have bought out the whole Asian super grocery market and people would be like, leave some for the other Asians, you greedy ass bitch. Damn, you flaming the rice? No. I mean, you need to season rice. I'm not even flaming it. I'm just saying, I'm just telling you the truth. Rice is okay. Okay, but to be fair, glutinous rice, you just need a little bit of salt and that's good. But the plain white rice that you usually eat, it's a side dish. Like, it's not a side dish, but it's like the carb. It's like a base, but it's not something you eat on its own. You always have something else on it. At least you need to have at least a fried egg on top of it. Or like soy sauce. And soy sauce rice is kind of... There's people who drench their rice in soy sauce. Are you okay? Are you... Like, they're gonna get salt poisoning. I'm Egyptian, we put rice with anything. That's fine. But did you hear yourself? You're putting it with something. You're putting it with something. You're not eating it on its own. If you have, okay, if you have a sweet potato, you just eat it on its own. Doesn't even need salt. If you have a normal potato, add a little bit of salt. Good enough, right? Mash it up. I just love noodles. Noodles are great. Noodles are great, but I feel greedy if I buy 8 packs of noodles just for myself. Okay, hold on. I should actually get to drawing. I've just been yapping. Also, since Millie's nephew is here, you know what Milk Papa said? My dad said, men need to be generous. Alright, Millie's nephew. Learn. Be generous, okay? It's so funny because it's not even like toxic masculinity. I think he's like unintentionally, like it's unintentionally like gender equal or whatever. He says men need to be generous, right? Like I was asking my dad, like if I got a boyfriend, what would he need to have, you know, to be able to date me? And my dad was like very simple. He pulled out his finger, like he put out his thumb. I'm like, oh, he's gonna list some stuff, but then he only listed three things. And he said he needs to be like a good person that works hard. That's it. I'm like, anything else? And then oh, I forgot what the second thing was, but basically it was just like, so we need we get along. Oh, and then he was like, and he needs to be a guy that escorts me everywhere. You know, because like if I go to a party, etc., and he needs to tag, like he needs to tag along. And then I was like, that's a weird thing to mention. But then I thought about it, right? If I went to a party and my boyfriend was always like, nah, I'm gonna stay home and I gotta go anywhere, like every time, yeah, I would think that sucks too. So the bare minimum. Wait, right? So escorting me everywhere. Everywhere I want to go, whatever, right? Taking me places. I'm like, okay, that's fine. It is a little bit like bare minimum, but it is kind of funny, right? And then he waited for a bit. We were thinking, and then he's like, also he should be generous. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense because my dad is also quite generous, right? To his friends, to his family. And he was like, oh, well, I was like, yeah, obviously he would have to be generous because if he can't even treat me well, how is he gonna, you know, how is he gonna feed the kids and like treat, like, how are kids gonna grow up well if the dad is gonna be stingy with them, right? And then I was like, but then also I'm stingy too, only with myself, but you know, like I might be, is it not bad that I'm stingy? And he's like, no, it's good that girls are stingy. He's like, girls should be stingy. In fact, girls should be stingy. And I'm like, wait, I forgot. Did I ask him why? But anyways, I laughed so hard because he was like, no, they should be stingy. And then I thought about it, right? I was like, yeah. If your mans keep spending money on other people, not on other people, on being generous, you know? Someone needs to rein him in. So it's like, in my dad's head, people compliment each other. Like, girls and guys compliment each other. Is that not kind of like gender equality? I don't know. I thought it was like surprisingly, I don't know, maybe like almost progressive. How did Ren get the crown? It's so funny, you know, that there's like rankings and stuff. People are always like fighting for it. Alright. Goodbye, Millie. Have fun. I think I was sleeping or something. Millie and Millie's nephew. Oh, I guess you gotta engage a little bit more. Do I? You know, there's a bit of. Let me see. Can I try and carve a little bit of his stupid abs? Is that how it works? Or is that weird? But then also, you know what always confuses me? I suck at drawing like muscle. So I'm always like, is this weird? Is this too close? Like, what are we doing with all of this? Just need to clean up a little bit here and there. But this is more about the cast shadows, if anything. No, I'll keep that light. Let's see. And Zeno's Millie's nephew. If Millie left, he probably left too. Wait, how did you know that it was his nephew? Did they say it? I kind of missed it because chat was going a little fast. I wish retirement was hitting me. I don't even think I'm gonna get retirement. did you know it was and Millie told you? I see. Told telepathically. That's funny. That's cute. I kinda like that Millie gets along with her nephew so much. Seems like a good child, you know? Like, I don't... But then also, the place that I work at right now, the sisters... it's like a place owned by two sisters, right? And one of them already, like the younger sister, already has a child. The child's like 4 years old. She's really cute, apparently. And then the other, the older sister, the one that I work for, she's like, oh, she's so cute, etc., right? She loves being an aunt. It's so interesting because, oh, when I was at work today, I was too early. I thought she said, okay, from now on, 8 a.m. So I was like, all right, I'll be there at 8 a.m. from now on, right? It turns out that was not true. That was false. I was supposed to be there at 9 usually, especially since I don't have a key, right? So I'm just like, whenever I'm late, I'm early, I'd be stuck, right? So the chef arrived early that day, so I only waited like 15 minutes outside, and then he let me in and stuff. And then he was talking, right? He mentioned his daughter. He's like, oh yeah, my daughter, she's like excited to meet you. I'm like, oh wow, what, that's cute, right? Because they told her, you know, there's like a new girl or like 2 new people that are starting work, and she was like excited. We missed each other. Like I already went home when she came once. And then she's like, yeah, she's looking forward to meeting you. I'm like, that's so cute. And then also, you know, I hear about this daughter, this like niece basically, right? And then it's also like, I'm nosy, okay? I'm nosy like that. I do listen to the conversations my bosses have with each other. And then the big sisters, they were like, oh yeah, do you want to come eat with us at this restaurant, you know, on the weekend and stuff? And the little girl, like, your niece was asking for you too. She was like, oh, this big sis, XYZ, does she come? Like, is she gonna come? Is auntie gonna come? Etc. I'm like, that's so cute. Like, doesn't that mean they have like such a nice relationship? Because when I was a child and when my brother was a child, we never asked for any aunties or something. And we never asked for the aunties or uncles. They would always take us somewhere, but I don't think well, at least me, I didn't really get attached. I can't imagine having nephews because my siblings are degenerates, lol. I don't know. I think my mother's bloodline might end with this generation. My brother is not like, I don't know if he even wants a family. I think he does. He does hold family in like high regard and stuff, but he's so busy like chasing after a career right now that he doesn't even want a girlfriend. Right? And me, I just plan on going extinct. Because even if I do get a boyfriend, with my like financial situation, I would not be able to care for a child at all. Like by this point, I should have already done like really well for me to be able to have a child. Or like I would have had to be in a stable career path, you know? But I chose game design for like quick studies because I was like, you know what, maybe, you know, you can make games. Everyone needs entertainment. Little did I realize that people hate entertainers. Except for idols maybe, but even they have it rough. I should have known, honestly, I should have known. I'm planning on living the solo leveling life. If anything, I'll leave it to my brother to have children, I guess. No, but he would have to, you know. He would have to make enough money. That also sounds rough. Like being able to earn so much money that you are basically like sustaining a whole family by yourself. It's rough on men as well, I think. Right? Honestly, I think the only place where you can still earn a decent amount of money is if you have your own businesses. You know, if you like run a business, a good restaurant, something like that. Because people will always want food, they always need food, etc. Right? But then, yeah, also like, but even then, like restaurant industry is rough, etc. I did hear them, and they told me since both of the like, since I work at a cafe now, they're telling me stuff because I've never worked at a cafe, and they're like, yeah, like if you want to be a server, right, work at a restaurant, it's easy money. It's like work's not that difficult. It's very easy money. You can get a lot of tips, like 200 bucks a day. I was like, whoa, a day. And it's like, they give it, like it's tax-free money basically, since it's tips, right? So you can make a lot of money, of good money in there as well. I think it's very surprising. Not surprising, but I wasn't expecting that much. I was like, yeah, maybe you'll get like 50 bucks in tips or something. But then if you think about it, if you're doing an 8-hour shift, there's no way you only have like 10 guests. That would be crazy, I think. But yeah, I'm like, maybe I should try working at a restaurant once and just see. For like a month maybe, and see if I like it. Even if it's just weekends or something. Because, and then also they're always looking for waiters and stuff, you know? And but he did say once you get in, it's kind of hard to get out. Because it's so easy and you're like, why would I, you know, like, want to do an office job when I can just, like, hustle? Mick gets a child and threatens to disown them after they insulted something she likes. No, I don't! I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would fix them. I would teach my child a lesson, just like my dad taught us. You know, I was talking to my dad. I was telling him about that story where I, you know, when I was a child, I was stealing from mom and dad, and my dad didn't even know. It's like, I didn't even know you did that. I'm like, yeah. I mean, you have a really nice image of me, I suppose. That's so funny you didn't even know. Did mom not tell you? He's like, no, she didn't, etc. Right? I mean, it's fair. My mom is always like very protective, and my dad is a little harsh sometimes, right? So she's like, yeah, this is not something I need to tell my husband. But then also, I think mom and dad should have bonded over my brother and me doing stupid shit, right? So I did steal from my mom, from my mom's piggy bank. When it was like, I don't know, I was in elementary school, okay? Do you know why I stole? It's because I wanted to read Vampire Night. I stole for Vampire Night, okay? Because I wanted to read the newest volume. It was like $5 back in the day. Nowadays, I think it's a little more expensive, but inflation hasn't hit it too hard, okay? It's like $4 to $5 a volume. A volume, I think at that time it released like once a month or something. So I wanted to read it. I asked my mom, can you buy me? Oh, oopsie. Can you buy me this volume? You know what she said? She was like, I will buy it for you. I'll buy it for you if you write 10 A's in a row. 10 A's in a row. Do you know how many tests an elementary schooler writes in school? Like each week? Sorry, not in school. Each week? There's like one test a week, if anything. Maybe there's two, but sometimes they also skip a week. Okay? I would have to wait 10 weeks to get a 1 volume of Vampire Night. Okay? I think by the second or the third week, I was like, nah, that's too much. I can't. There's also this like very nice looking, transparent, you know, little box where my mom occasionally throws in a coin. And it wasn't little coins. It was like the €2 coin. So if I just took one, I think like 2 coins and a little bit of small change, I could buy it. I could buy the volume. That's how my mother raised me, okay? I had to earn everything. I think she kind of like loosened up a little once I was in middle school or something. I don't even know if it's called middle school, but like once I graduated elementary school and went to the next school, right? So I took that money. And then obviously even I was looking at it, I'm like, she's gonna notice, right? Because at some point I kind of got greedy. Not even greedy, but I was like, new volume's out, I gotta buy it. And since the €2 coins are the biggest coins and they're like silver and stuff, it's obvious where they go missing, right? So one day she kind of pulled me aside and she's like, hey, have you been taking money from my piggy bank? And I was like, oh shit, she's pulling me aside, right? The moment she pulled me over and she's like, hey, follow me into the, like, into my bedroom. I'm like, she's gonna, she caught me. Like, it's over. And I'm like, I just gotta be honest, I suppose then. Because, like, they already caught you. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You know? So she put me over and I thought I would get, like, an ass whooping or something. She was like, did you, like, can you explain to me why you did that? I was like, well, I couldn't wait for, like, 10 A's in a row. It takes too long. And she's like, okay, you don't have to do that anymore. I'm gonna buy you that volume of the comic that you want. Like, and from now on, if you ever want a book or something, just tell me, I'll buy it for you. And then, obviously, when it comes to, like, educational books, etc., they never, you know, they always bought it. And my dad was also like, when I told her that, like, when I told him that I stole money to buy a book, and my dad was like, yeah, we never, like, skimmed any money when it came to education, etc. Like, we would buy you every book. I'm like, it wasn't an educational book. It was a comic book, Pops. Dad. It's a comic book. She didn't want to buy that for me. It's so funny. And then, and then I told him, that's also kind of the reason why I was so strict with my brother. Like, when he would buy stuff, I would demand the change back, you know? So he wouldn't end up stealing or not even stealing, so he wouldn't end up pocketing the change for himself. And then I would turn it to mom and dad. And my dad probably just thought, oh my god, my daughter, she's so German, she's so proper, she's doing everything by the rules. No, it's because I stole and I was talking from experience. He's like, oh my god, you're talking from experience. I think I shattered his world a little bit that day. I think that's the one good thing about having a job where I need to commute to. I hang out more with my dad now. Like, after work, I'll just, because it's right next to his flower shop, I just go and then I hang out with him for a little. Usually it's like it's an hour. So I hang out for a little too long, honestly. But yeah, I hang out, I talk to him a little bit. Sometimes I shit talk my brother with him. But yeah, we just have to let him do. Just let him live. I think my brother's, like, love language is words of affirmation. And my dad and me were, like, always, like, criticizing him. So he's like, nah, you know? He hates it. He was like, you always criticize me. You always think I'm stupid. I'm like, no, but, like, you doing stupid things. Good family relationship. Yeah, I think we do have a good relationship. It's a little... My mom's a little annoying, you know, it's a little strained in some parts with her. With my dad, I was always like daddy's daughter, so never had any problems with him, I think. You know, he still laments it to this day. He was like, when you were a child, you were such a tidy child. Everything you were so tidy. You know, and then I left on a trip to Vietnam without your mother. I left you at home with your mother. And then, like, I left you at home with your mother for like 3 weeks. When I came back, you were just as messy as your mom. It's so funny. He's the only tiny person in my family. 3 weeks can change someone a lot, yeah. Especially a child. I think it was like 2 or something. Like, I was really small. I was like, and then you were so messy when I came back. It's like, you would take your shoes, you know, and you would always put them in the right place. And then I came home. You were a different person. This could be a family slice of life manga. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like every child's childhood, if the parents were somewhat like, you know, somewhat there, they would have enough stories to tell about you. They do have a lot of, like, unless they're like really inattentive. But usually parents do have, you know, a lot of stories to tell about you. It's more about whether you talk to them or not. Because a lot of children, they don't really talk to their parents. Because, I don't know. Like, even for me, for the longest time, I didn't really consider them conversational partners. Right? Because, you know, like, they're your parents. They take care of you. They feed you. They clothe you. You ask for permission. And that's it. I remember when they tell you about you and, like, your brother, it's like your siblings, you're like, oh, that's cute, you know? And they're a little bit more human. Like, I don't know. Did I tell you? Oh my god. So after work, right? This is like ice cream place that I occasionally go to. And I went for a Thai ice milk cream. No. A Thai milk tea ice cream. Right, a scoop of that. Maybe I'll have to go back because that one was really good. Okay, but I do love like tea flavored ice creams. Okay, so I went there, and I bought that, and then I was like, hey, you know what? This time I'm gonna try a different flavor. So I went there, right? And there was this kid in line before me. I was like, oh, that's cute. He's here. Like, he had a dog on his leash. He was. Basically, hold on, let me show you the counter. So it was like one of those like really professional looking counters, right? It was like it wasn't one of those display cases, but it was like one of those where you have the like the little tubs. They're like inset, like that, okay? So you have like little tubs like this. Right, it's a lot more modern. I think the good gelato places in Italy also do it that way. So you had a little bit of a counter, right? And the kid was like this tall, okay? Like he was barely taller than the damn counter, right? So he was like this. He had his dog on his leash, very cute dog. I think it was like the sausage dog, or like the duck, or like the long dog, the hot dog dog. Please stay hydrated and sleep well. Yes, you too. Bye bye. You already have a crush. That's crazy, right? So kid was like barely this tall, and I was basically standing around. Like I'm also not the. Well, I guess from a guy's perspective, I'm still small, but like for a girl's perspective, I'm not particularly small, right? So I'm like two heads taller than him. I'm looking down on him like this, right? And the kid, like I came in on the kid tasting a few different flavors. And he would always be like, may I try this flavor, please? Right? And then the dude would like grab a little, like he'd grab a little spoon, and then he'd give him a taste, right? And the kid would have to hold himself up, right? Basically, he was like looking, like he had to pull himself up a little bit so he could see better and read the little price tags, right? And so he was like basically hanging on the damn thing. And I was like, oh, he's gonna taste. I was thinking like, oh, is the kid gonna taste himself through all of the ice cream flavors? It's like, you know, he was holding the spoon, he was like, he had the taste, and then he was like doing the thing, you know, aerating it. He like, aerated, and then he was like thinking, ruminating about it, looking at the other flavors, and then he's like, may I try this other flavor as well, right? And then he would, you know, get another flavor. And I think he in total he tried like 3 flavors before deciding. And then he was also asking about, oh, what is a chai, right? And then the dude would have to explain, and I was in the back. I was like, oh, it's like very cinnamony, right? I don't think he heard me. But then the dude who's better with kids, obviously, he's got some EQ. He's like, oh, it tastes like Christmas. I'm like, my head was blown, okay? I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense talking to kids like that. Saying it tastes like Christmas is so cute, okay? I thought that was like really cute. He gonna have a clipboard with him, right? Also, he was with his little sister. I was like, where are your parents? Right? I'm gonna steal that. It's so good. And so he's like, all right then, so I would like to have a scoop of this flavor and then this other flavor as well. And I would like to pay, please. I'm like, and I'm telling you, he was talking like a middle-aged man. I could see his rich parents, okay? They're like, it was right. I'm like, is this what happens when your parents are like rich and they talk to you and they are like a good role model and teaching you how to navigate or something? I was like, that is like, he was so proper, but like, no, he was such an adult. He was more adult than me. Because when I'm when I'm ordering stuff, I'm like, I would like to have a scoop of this, please. Not even this, but I would like to have a scoop of this flavor, please, right? And then they ask you, like, oh, do you want like a cone or do you want it in a bowl? And then I'd be like, a bowl, please. Like that. The dude was like the little guy, he was doing small talk as well, right? While the guy was like scooping up his order, he's like, how do you even, he's like, how do you make your ice creams and stuff? And then he was like, oh yeah, we like taste it. It's a lot of testing, etc., right? And then the little guy's like, he goes, like, wow, yeah, that's like really, that's amazing because I've never seen anything like this before. And I'm like, bro's doing small talk too. He's a good kid, right? And then also like his little sister already got her ube ice cream because it's purple. I think she probably likes purple. And she was already wandering off. And then the little guy, he calls her back. He's like, Elizabeth, your ice cream, right? And then later when he was paying, he's like, Elizabeth, could you bring me, I don't even know if it's Elizabeth, but it was like something like that. It could have been Elise or something like that as well, right? And he was like, Elizabeth, could you bring me my wallet, please? Like, what the fuck? He's so prim and proper. That's crazy. Doing small talk. He's like, yeah, you know, like other ice cream places, they always have the like same type of assortment. I'm putting more filler words in than in, I don't know, a 7-year-old. I'm like, buddy, can you like chill? It's like a little adult trapped in a child's body. It's kind of amazing. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. It's kind of amazing. I wish I had that. He's gonna grow up and just have a really good EQ. Let's just hope that school is not gonna taint him, you know? Because like when you go to school, sometimes you like start being rebellious and then you kind of want to talk. Like a, you kind of want to talk more like a delinquent, right? And then you kind of lose your speaking capabilities. Because I think when I was in school, my grammar, etc. was way better as well. But it's also because you constantly have to write essays and stuff. So your like linguistics are just better at that point. And then, you know, once I left school, I could talk however I want. I don't really pay attention to wording things nicely and stuff. I think that does play into me not being respected as much because I kind of sound stupid. I sound dumber than I actually am. Which is really funny. But you know what? Maybe I am as dumb as I sound. Or maybe I just don't pay attention. But it could also be, you know, on the level of maybe I just don't have any sense for that. Similarly to how I do not have a sense for fashion. Fashion. Manifesting success for him. Yeah. That's so interesting. Because I don't think my parents... Well, I mean, my parents are immigrants, so they usually just like... order and that's it. They don't really do small talk. And even... think even with like Vietnamese people, usually they would ask how they're doing and stuff, and then they would talk to people at the table. I don't think I've seen them do small talk. Oh, well, I guess I wasn't interested in their small talk. Usually when they would talk to the uncles and aunties at places, you know, I would just wander off. I'm like, oh, okay, adults are talking. I'm gonna have to, you know, kill some time. And then I would just go and explore. I guess that kid was more attentive to what type of conversations the adults were gonna have. And then they just like imitated. I think that's really cute about kids. You know, like the way a kid behaves is always... It's always a mirror of how the parents raised them. I don't know. Could I also attribute my lack of social skills to my parents? I don't know. You know, I think it's time to separate the layers, maybe? Do I like the shapes for the shadows and stuff? Honestly, I just need to shape the shadows and that's kind of it for this. Because this style is pretty simple and I just need to clean up, you know, the face and stuff. Like over here. Didn't do a lot. Also, I still need to work on the color a little bit, but honestly, I just want to keep this a very simple photo card, so I honestly just need to pay attention to the hair and that's it, I think. His hair looks really good, thank you. Yeah, basically, this is more about cleanup on this part. Oh, you know what I could do? I can add that later, but basically for his hair... Can probably add a little bit of backlighting. I was thinking something was missing, you know? But yeah, I could do something like this. It feels a little glowy. I'm back, Pookies! In your room now? How you doing? What did you do that you had to leave? It was really late too, no? Welcome back! By the way, why was your nephew in chat? Did he look over your shoulder when you joined stream and then he was like, ooh, I'm gonna join too. And you wanted to troll? Yeah, there's a show from the hotel every evening, and one of the animation staff pulled me for a dance. Interesting. Wait, animation? Wait, what kind of show is that? Hope y'all don't mind. He's just... Nah, I don't mind at all. I was just surprised. I was like, wait, your nephew? Now you gotta delete this account, Millie. You know, like, your nephew has found us. And we gotta dip. We need to shut down operations now. I cannot show my face anymore. Yeah, they call this staff animation here for the shows and children's disco. Send your nephew to the children's disco. Would teenagers be able to go there, or is it like limited to children under 10 or something like that? It's gonna expose you? It's gonna expose me. I'm not... I do like noodles. I'm just... 4 kilograms is crazy. Like, why are you gonna do it? 4 kilograms of noodles? I mean, you're just stashing them. Do I even have a pantry? I probably do have a pantry that big. In fact, it's empty. I should probably stock up on that amount of noodles. Different types of pasta, tagliatelle. And then my dad comes over, is like, my parents are always judging me. They're always judging me, like, do you always eat like pasta and stuff? Do you not eat something proper? I make easy dishes, mom and dad. I just boil vegetables and I eat it with rice. Sometimes when I feel fancy, I put the vegetables in a cream sauce. That's when I'm feeling fancy. I'm cooking cafeteria food. Because that's what I've learned from my German granny. Because she worked in the kitchen. Okay, I think that's a little too intense though. Let's just tone it down to that. Oh, Mighty, looks so good. Thank you. No, everyone can join the children's disco, but only the kids dance. The others can just watch. That's crazy. The dance was so cringe though. I won't leave my room out of shame today. What did you have to do? Was it like a ballroom dance or something? Oh, let me see. So now I gotta separate all of these layers again. Let's see, I'm gonna do this. Shaded. That in a folder. Oh shit. That. As for the hair, probably gonna work on just like a single layer. Oopsie. Let's see. I like to just work on a single layer for the hair. Just easier to manage. Actually, no. I'm gonna separate it too. And then I just have a hair specific mask and then I just do the paint over. And I don't stick to the... That's the whole point! Yeah, that was the whole point. Yeah, I can blend. I can blend shit. So intelligent, such a genius. And then face as well. Fucking tattoos. Oh, oopsie, do not ungroup. Oh, I was considering... I was considering making these holographic as well. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, he took me by the hand, we did like a snake, you know, walking around the room hand in hand with strangers and then danced together while they hyped us up. Like the Macarena? Dun 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 Macarena. Dun 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 Macarena. Dun 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 Macarena. Eh, Macarena. That one? You can't poop in constipation. You can... Heimscheiße! You were laughing at me for that. I've been constipated for like 3 hours. Well, let me tell you. The laxatives do work. I pooped only twice here and fucking died for 30 minutes. Did you shit actual bricks? Probably, huh? I think I might have actually had a blockade or something like that. But yeah, wasn't... Yeah. Yeah, laxatives are not a great... They are not... They're not a great experience. Just let me tell you that. Eat enough fiber. Eat your veggies. That's why you need to eat your veggies, okay? We're not saying eat your veggies just because it's eat your veggies so you can shit and you're not constipated. Also, you won't get colon cancer. You do not want to have booty cancer. You do not want to have ass cancer. Okay? That's why you need to eat your veggies. Veggies are also delicious. I never understood why people were like, nah, I hate veggies. It's like, the fuck? There's cancer for it. It's called colon cancer, and a lot of young people are getting it recently. Because they do not have enough fiber intake. Yeah. There's cancer for everything. I don't know if you know. See, this is why you are a child. You do not even have enough common knowledge for these things. You can get cancer anywhere because aren't cancers just like mutated cells? Any of your cells could start mutating. It's like basically there's like an error with the cell and they keep producing, basically. They keep growing. That's why it's a tumor. It just like keeps growing and can't stop growing, basically. And because it's like one of your own cells or something like that, your immune system doesn't really attack them. And I think... Ooh, I forgot. Honestly, I forgot. But I think, honestly, that... Oh, wait, let me think about it. I think there was a process. I think your body does get rid of cancerous cells. But if your immune system is weak, as in, like, it's too busy doing other shit, it might ignore that, and that's why it grows into a tumor, right? So you need to live a healthy life so you don't get cancer. And I think my mom also got cancer, I think my mom got cancer. And I would attribute it to her stress because she was hustling. She was basically running everything by herself. And then, you know, and then also sleeping with my dad. He snores. She doesn't even get proper rest because he fucking snores. Right? So I think like, they're not joking about stress being one of the biggest factors because if your body cannot rest, it cannot do its like cleanup functions, right? It is so logical. But it usually when people say like, oh yeah, you know, you shouldn't stress so much, you know, it's bad for your body. It sounds so I don't know, it sounds like, what's it called? It's not even an umbrella term or anything like that. But it sounds so generic that you're like, it's probably not that big of a deal. You know? Let's see, I don't think we need this. But we need this. But what to do when you stress about de-stressing? That's on you. That's a skill issue. I think that's a skill issue. No, I'm talking like actual physical stress. You know, obviously. Oh wait, wasn't there a dude? Oh, wasn't there a dude who got a stroke? Because I think I saw a TikTok or something, or like a reel. There was like this one dude. He was like really young. He was like perfectly healthy. But he got a stroke. I don't know if he died from it, but he got a stroke because he did like one thing every night. Every damn night before he would go to bed, he would basically stress out. As in like he would think about his life, everything he would do wrong. He would be ruminating, okay? It's... Basically, you shouldn't ruminate. But ruminating is like a really... It's almost like a, It's like, how do I say it? It's almost like a bad behavior. Does that make sense? Are we all gonna have strokes now? No, but do you not get that? Like sometimes when you're like when you're in bed, you're like really depressed, or like you have a bad night and you're thinking about everything that goes wrong in your life, or like like your relationships with other people, and you cry and blah blah blah, and like it hurts your head. Like you're thinking about something, and it's like your head is being squeezed, like your brain is being squeezed or something. Is it not that? Like if you do that constantly, would that not lead to some brain damage of some sort or something? And also it's like kind of useless, no? Like that's what rumination is. If you're like going in circles and you're like, wow, I'm such a bad person, and like my mom fucking hates me or whatever. I was like, I will never be happy, etc, etc. Like that's fucking useless thinking like that. But sometimes you do it, you know, like sometimes to let out some of your feelings. Every once in a while, it's probably fine. But that dude was doing it every single day. And I think people who are also like, I don't know, who have got like depression and stuff, and a lot of people who have like issues with depression probably are spiraling. Basically, rumination is spiraling. I think that's what we call it, spiraling. With like rumination stuff, right? Every time you say ruminate, I think of the Vocaloid song, Rumination. Thinking by Rumination, thinking by It's so difficult to say in English. Fucking now. Hey, where's the skin layer over there? Wait, that's weird. Are you having a struggle already? No. I do have struggles with the English R. Because I do the like R thingy whenever I try to say the R. Can't be a Muslim without a funeral. I think I have like a little pimple on my chest. Why is it so big? Weird. Let's see. Oh, when I was in Vietnam, right? The service is so nice over there. It's like Germans are so, I don't know. How do you say it? Like I was talking to the older sister and she's like, people in Germany or Berlin, they're so like kind of heartless almost. Because like one time she basically toppled over her cart with all of her like groceries, like the groceries she needed for her business, right? No one helped her pick things up, right? Meanwhile, in Vietnam, the last few days, when I returned from my like 3-day trip from Da Nang, we met up with my aunties again, and we were like meeting up at this restaurant for dinner. But at that time it was like raining every day, right? So when we got out of the taxi, and this restaurant, it had like a dude sitting outside, just like a somewhat old uncle, right? We just had an uncle sitting outside holding an umbrella, right? And then the uncle got up. I was like, oh, what's he doing? And he walked over to the other side of the street to give us this huge ass umbrella and escort us over to the restaurant. That's the type of service you get in Vietnam. Like it's such a, like, the service is great, okay? That is so nice, right? And obviously, you know, I don't know, maybe it's like more of an Asian thing, or it's like one of those like, obviously he's probably just gonna, like, he's probably being paid like dimes and pennies and he's like fine with it or something like that. But like, at least Vietnam feels kind of somewhat livable. Obviously, you know, with the like GDP, with it like developing, etc. The difference between poor and rich is gonna grow wider and stuff, right? People are gonna do really well and other people are gonna do really bad. I think that's like everywhere though, so I can't really comment on that. But it's just like, And then also like my aunties, they're so helpful. They're so willing to help and get things done. Even the like my grandpa as well, right? I was asking him like, oh, how much does it take? Like how much does it cost to get a pair of glasses made? And he's like, I'm gonna take you tomorrow. I'm like, like they're so quick to get things done. Millie, you can go to sleep. You don't have to hang around, you know. Like just go sleep, schmillers. Right? And then after that, I saw this hold on, let me see. I saw this post basically. Let me see. Actually, I might actually do the thing. Maybe I'll just like color them in normally. Okay, wait, let me take this. I'll merge them onto a new layer. Oh wait. Merge visible to new layer. That is like one of the best tricks, but I want to make that a shortcut. I'm annoyed that it's not a shortcut. Then I'll just merge it onto the... It doesn't have to be full opacity now, does it? You know what? I will give it a base color. So it's not black. Just needs to be dark enough, and then I can put it like this. And then I have colored lines. Isn't that great? And it feels nice. Without it actually having to be on soft light. No. Ooh. Ooh. Huh? I can delete this one too. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I saw this YouTube short. It's like, isn't there like this show or something, and there's this like rich dude and his, I don't know if it's his Cuban wife or something. And she's like really dramatic and stuff, and it's kind of like comedy. I think they have like a son. I don't know if he's adopted or anything, and a dog, and she's like really dramatic and stuff. And the dude was like, all right, I got the tools, and he's like, I'm gonna get things done. And she's like, oh my god, you're so hard. And then I went to the comments, and like I do understand. I'm like, you know what, that is kind of attractive. Guys who just get things done. They don't talk, they just do. You know, they're like they and one of the comments said it best, I think. Women love a man who takes charge. Right? He doesn't just say he's in charge, he does take charge. He takes charge. And I was like, oh yeah, that kind of describes it. And it's funny because I think all of the men in my family are kind of like that. I don't know about my uncle though. I do not talk about the uncles, but like my dad's like that, you know. Like if I ask him something to help me with, he'll get it done immediately. Or maybe like in a few days or whatever. He rarely forgets when he has to do something for me. And then when my grandpa just like gets things done too. Like he immediately took me to this, or he will like look into this, etc. Right? And I'm like, oh, I can see how my grandma, you know, started dating him and stuff. Okay, everyone's social levels are different. Nah, I don't know. It's not a matter of her social battery. I think Millie can hang around just fine. Like when we do movie nights, she always like stays from start to finish. Almost always. Like her social battery is fine, I think. It's just the people that she's with are so draining. She doesn't even have a chance to get energy. It's crazy because that's like a difference. If you're around people who like you just vibe with and who match your energy and stuff, you can hang out with them the whole day. But if there's like one certain person, it's like really difficult. Like even me with my mom, like when I'm with friends, they always have to kick me out because I can stay so long with them. I enjoy the time with them, and they're like, I'm so tired, Milk. Please, like you gotta go home. Like we gotta continue this another day. And I'm like, I don't know when the next day will be. Like, I want to stay as long as possible. And they're like, no, you gotta go home. Please, I need to sleep. Or they're begging me to leave. Fair enough, right? I've gotten better at this. Okay, I do not overstay my welcome anymore. But but they like, I was talking to like one of my childhood friends. It was like, I could see his eyes drooping. He was like so tired, and at some point he would just like stare. I'm like, but he would still be smiling. And I was like, "You're tired, aren't you?" And he's like, "I'm so tired." But continue talking. I'm gonna let you sleep. I'm so like, you do not like, just go to sleep. Oh my god, right? But yeah, when so I have like so much energy and battery levels. But when I'm, for example, with my like high school friends, I'm like doing okay. I'm doing okay. But when I get home, I like, well, first of all, I cried in the car. But then I get home, I'm like, man, this was shit, right? But then if I hang out with my mom, I don't even last like 3 hours. I'm having mood swings. I'm like, 1 minute, I'm like, Mom, I love you so much, and like I hug her and stuff. And then next time, like within the next 30 minutes, I'd be like, Mom, please shut the fuck up, don't talk to me. Right? And Millie has like 5 of those people hanging around her. I don't even know how she's doing it. Oh, not 5, just 2. But like the closest family members. Like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy my time here, but my family can be so draining, it's crazy. Being with them for 24/7 is killing me. Yeah, and it's interesting because I think when I was a kid and we traveled a lot, usually it would be like us kids following the adults around, and then the kids would hang out with each other, you know? And we just entertain each other. So the adults and the kids wouldn't have too much interaction except for going to different places, right? We're like, oh, we're going to this restaurant. And the kids would eat. And the adults would talk. And then we go to this other thing. So there was separation between child and adults, which is like bad in a different kind of way, right? Because you're not really interacting with your family. I know, Millie. I know, Millie, you're not a kid. But I was trying to get to the point of it's probably healthy when there's a little bit of separation, even on vacation, right? Because the adults, but at some point they would just like break off and do something else, you know, like, oh, all right, kids, you stay in the hotel, just like entertain yourself at the pool or something. You know, you're old enough. We were like 15 or something. We were your nephew's age. And we were like, we just go to the pool, entertain, stay in the rooms, watch TV, play games, be on our phones, whatever. And the adults would go out for like an afternoon. Right? Sometimes they would just go somewhere and we would be like, do you want to tag along? Nah, not really. And then we'd just stay. You know? So I guess they were like giving us a lot of freedom. I know that Millie's family keeps trying to drag her along. She's like, I'm tired, I want to rest up. And they're like, no, you gotta come with us. So stupid. Genuinely so stupid. Anyways, I was trying to paint his beautiful eyes. I'm just gonna grab the eyes. Well, actually, I'm gonna grab the pod. It's over here. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the parts that are kind of like in the area of the face. Just cut them out, and then I'll bring them down. Oh lord. I'm not having his just bring them here so I can paint over. Wait, does he even have golden eyes? I think he did, right? He did have golden eyes. And actually, let me grab finance skin tone. Let me do oopsie. I'm not supposed to see that, maybe. But also, I've been working on like spent like 2 hours working on this. I'm like, oh, I hate construction. I hate constructing buildings. Yeah, let's see. This is the skin. Which one's the dark part of the skin? Oh, this one. What is this? Oh, okay. Let's do this. Yeah, I think your Wi-Fi is trying to make you touch grass. Or worse, live in it. She's on vacation. It's just... We've got a little bit of a distance now. So that probably pays into it. No, I should probably do all of this type of prep work earlier so I can just get to drawing. We've been doing this for 2 hours already? Am I dumb? Where are the stats? Give me the stats. How long have I been streaming for? We have the time. Oh, no, just 90 minutes. You know, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I was a little late. Also, I think I really want to wait, hold on. Let me check the age range. I don't even know if we could technically watch it. Altersfreigabe 50 Shades of Grey. Oh, okay, so Aiko can watch it technically. It's okay, guys. It's rated R. It says 16. The closest rating is FSK 16, which allows access to ages 16 and up. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so rated R 60. Wait, rated R is not that bad then. People saying rating R always like sounds like 18. You know, like you need to be an adult to watch it. Adult material. Ah, okay, so for like Americans, it's like anyone under 17 is not allowed. Well, in Germany, you are technically... I am German, so... You can decide on your... Honestly, a year difference usually is not that big of a deal. Yeah. Rated R genuinely is not that bad. Usually, like, actually, let me think about it. No, let me think about it. Rated R might be bad in terms of violence, I think. Right? Because usually, like, rated R often... Wait, are guts and stuff also rated R? Or is that, like, adult levels? There are some themes that I don't think like 16-year-olds might be able to handle. I wasn't really a sissy, so I was like rated R isn't really that much. Usually it is like gore and stuff. And see, I saw gore when it was like at that age. I wasn't really fazed by it, but then also I was a little like my empathy stat was a little low. My empathy stat was like so low, I was like, oh, okay. So I viewed it a little bit like a medical thingy. I was like, oh yeah, that's probably, that seems deadly. Well, they might make it. This is a story. They might make it, right? But then also, I think in terms of the like sexual stuff, the rated R stuff is usually not that bad. And I hope, right? So we had a blast watching Twilight. And watching Twilight was so funny. Okay, it was like a comedy, genuinely. And 50 Shades of Grey started out as a Twilight fanfic, right? So I'm wondering if 50 Shades of Grey is gonna be just as funny. Okay. I am gonna go where? Oh, go now. Gonna chill in bed, talk to my wifey, and then go to you could have just used chat AI. Am I not your wifey? What the fuck, Melly? Alright, good night. Bye bye. I did not have a fun time with Twilight, you heathens. No, it wasn't bad. Did you even make it to Eclipse? Did we watch the 3rd movie with you? That's like an important question. Because 1 and 2, they're okay. But The third movie. The third movie is where it's at. Like, you gotta watch the third Twilight movie. It's so fucking funny. You don't understand. It is so fucking funny. I think we haven't watched the third movie yet. If you did, I've selectively removed it from my brain. Okay, Mai still needs to watch the third movie then. You know what, Mai? We still have a little bit until Halloween. I think until then we can manage watching the third. We can manage watching Eclipse. I can make you watch it. It's really funny. Genuinely, it's really funny. Mai, it's so funny. Please! Please, Mai! Please! The third one's the best one. We don't have to watch anything after that. But the third one's so funny. Please! Thank God I work on weekends now. We gotta watch it like... I'm booked. I'm booked this week. I can't do it. We gotta do it like someone in like... We can do it on a... Can do it on a Friday or something. No, but it's more funny than cringe. Yeah, the first two movies are cringe. The third one is so fucking funny. You're gonna throw yourself off of a cliff. It's so funny. Genuinely. Do when I'm back in Germany, please? Yeah, sure, we'll do it then. Just let us know. Genuinely, Mai. We're making you watch one and two just so you have a little bit of context. Like, we could have put it on double speed, but the third one, you gotta watch the third one. I don't think you have, like... Unfortunately, I don't think the third movie is a standalone, so you would need a little bit of context. That's why we made you watch the first and second one. But you gotta watch the third one. It is so fucking funny. Like, they're just... just the order of things and stuff, and then, like, one part. It's so fucking funny, Mai. You got... Please! Where'd you go? Mai, where are you? Like, I don't know. I have to think about it. Maybe next time we'll watch it. I'll consider. I'll check if it's like worth watching it as a standalone, and then we'll see. But yeah, it is so funny. I missed you, Pookies. Now you gotta go sleep. Or you gotta recharge for tomorrow. Anyway, so since we watched Twilight, clearly Mai still needs to watch the third movie. It is, I think it's so funny. If you have a fully developed prefrontal cortex, it is so funny. So I think if I ever get a boyfriend, which will probably be in my 30s, I will make him watch Twilight. So he has like the best time of his life. It'll be peak entertainment. To think that like people were obsessed with it back in the day. Such a funny... Yeah, I think I'm getting censored a lot too. Yeah, why is that? Let's see. Yeah, what are you writing that you keep getting censored, Ren? The thing is, I wish... I can add people as moderator. Do any of you guys want to be... I can't really see any like hidden messages either. Oh, you know what? Let me do the... Where's the dude? Where's the Microsoft David? I'm not gonna put him on. Like, you're not gonna talk over me, but... You want power? Sure, wait, give me a second. I'll make you moderator if you want to. Wait. Add as a moderator. Managing a standard moderator can review and remove chat messages and hide or put users in timeout. Alright, let's see. You want two? Sure. Alright, did that work? I plan to overthrow milk. I'll always be the princess. Wait, I'm getting FOMO now? No, I think you're a little too young, Aiko. You're a little too young to be given a job. I'm not paying these other two, but like you're too young to be ridden with responsibilities. Just wait 2 years. Sure, I'll give it to you on your birthday. When you turn 18. You can get it on your birthday. My villain arc starts here now. I've had Discord moderator experience. I'm qualified to do this. What are your qualifications, Ren? My had experience, so I'm like, sure. But you know what I haven't seen? I haven't seen any bots. When I started out, I had a lot of bots just like coming in and then always be like, pussy and bio, like those types of posts where it was like, beautiful, do you want to see girls? Click this link. Do you want to see girls? Click this link. And they would spam those messages, right? But I haven't seen those bots recently. Like, not recently, but like for a good few years. But I did put on like basic moderation, like that mode or something. So it could be that that's why you get censored and shit. I have a lot, Milk. Good dad jokes. That's Millie's thing. I managed servers before. Nice. Noodles are cooking. Nice. Do you still have 4 kilograms of noodles at home, Mitsuna? Do you have enough noodles at home? Every household should have... I don't even think Mitsuna has 8 fucking packs of noodles at home. Well, you know what? It's America, so maybe you guys do have a little bit of a stockpile. My qualifications are on my name. Look at it. The wrench. Also, like, something's off about... Wait, can I change the code? I think there should be a code. And sometimes the chat bubbles are like off. Like they have like a huge distance. I think we have 7 packs. Damn! You're hitting the like bare minimum or something of what each household should have in times of war or something like that. That's crazy. I don't know if you were there then, but apparently Germany has issued like a warning or something. Or like recommendations and stuff. And they were like, yeah, you gotta have at least like 4 kilograms of noodles. I'm like, the fuck? What am I supposed to do? Like, obviously I'm supposed to stockpile them, but I'm like, they're just like sitting in my pantry. I mean, they're like long term and stuff, but then also it's like, so they just like sit there and are useless? Or what? Like, is that... How could they just like not work and pay rent? Don't say anything I don't like, guys. Also, is any one of you is like, are you up to date with Genshin's stories and quests and stuff? I still have not, like, I have not touched Genshin ever since I finished that stream where I finished Fontaine's quest. I haven't done anything after that at all. Just soften this a little bit. You know, the funny thing is, like, you don't need to do a lot when it comes to rendering, I feel like. I like to spend time rendering, but you actually don't have to do a lot. That's why I like talk. Like, you don't have to think, you just clean up a little bit, you know? Like, you don't even need to do a lot. Like, even just like this little bit of work on the eyes just like makes it feel better if you zoom out. That's all you needed to do. Like, people over render so much. Like, you just need to do enough that it like communicates. I like to give him a highlight. Man, I need to finish up a design piece. And then, I already asked for an extension for end of week, and then I forgot. I'm meeting up with a friend tomorrow, so I can't even work on it tomorrow. I'm like, oh shit, I'm cooked. So all I have is Sunday. Let's see if I can even get out of bed early enough. Let's see, how do I even color his eyes? I think they're like dark or something as well. But not too dark. You're just going for the brown is enough. I got Flynn's last night. Time to bed meets now. I sped run the events and that's about it. I pick up bits of story from Twitter or whenever I come across. I was planning on doing that too. I'm genuinely not interested in Natlan. But the thing is, I only played Genshin for the story and the world building anyways. So it's like, I probably shouldn't even skip the story. But right now, I just want to get up to date. So I'm like, that's why I've been procrastinating. Oh, Millie's #1. Why am I not a mod? Oh, I can make you a mod too. The power too. You're not a mod because you're supposed to be sleeping. Do we need to put in timeout for you? Wait, can mods put each other in timeout? No, I need the phone! Can I play my mods out against each other? Are you gonna leave me out? Do you want to be a mod, Mitsuna? How do we even, oh. I can't even take what I wrote seriously, I cringed. You want? You can review and remove messages, that's all you can do. You can sleep in peace now. Peter Pan, let go of me. That's so funny. I'm so sorry, Aiko. You just have to wait 2 more years. I'll give it to you then. I think I should also soften this part a little. Doesn't need to be that dark. How do I color his? I'm like this. Too too dark. And then also, I think I might just have to make this white. Usually I go for a like grayish color. If it's you know, no, because the skin usually is more on the warm side. I usually just go for a light blue or like a light, not even light blue, but like a bluish gray. And instead, but because the colors are so bright, it's kind of hard to go for a blue. So I might just use white completely. Let's see. Oh, also. His teeth. Question is, do I do... Yeah, I think I like that better. A little bit of... a bit more contrast. Is that even visible if I do this? Did I soften the eyebrows for finer? No, I didn't really. Let me see. I just colored it in, huh? Give me a bit of that. What kind of ice cream flavors did you eat, Millie? So far? Any ice cream color? Flavor? Did I say color? Been shamed? Wait, what happened? I'm one step closer to my dream of ruling over a nation as a vampire lord. Thank you, Milk. Milk is having her own coup form power. That's fine. Thank you for giving me power, Milk. Hey, where is it? Hold on. Been shamed? In the server. And what happened? Where are you guys? Oh! Ren put me in timeout. I've been a bad boy. Oh, that's why you've been shamed. I see. Did it work, by the way? Oh god, I gotta submit a time card. Your time card. That's interesting. Why again? So far? Oh wait, is a time card just a piece of paper? Where you know when you like enter and leave? I might have one too now. Oh, you can't with mods? Oh, I see. Well, I guess now you've got immunity against each other. Can I time you guys out? Yeah, I can still put you in timeout. I still got the most power. When I sent y'all the selfie, I woke up this morning and deleted them because I dreamed about y'all talking bad about me. Like, what did we even say? Millie, aren't you lactose intolerant? Yes, she is. She sure is. Yeah, same level of power, I see. So for the basics, like banana... Oh, the flavors. Banana, lemon, pistachio. Banana is interesting. It's like a flavor I wouldn't go for. I would probably, you know, like snubbed a piece. A scoop. No, not a scoop, but like a bite. Do you guys bite your ice cream? Because I sure do. I bite my ice cream. I want to talk shit about my looks in my dream. Like, what were you saying? Like, you're just gonna look like a normal person. I think it's a little mean that you have this view of us. Like, you think we talk shit about you? That's kind of mean. Low key. Like, you're assuming we're ass people. Exactly, I'm offended. Like, beat your insecurity or something. I go so sweet. We're like, you're a shit person for thinking we would talk shit about you. It's okay, Aiko. You're still young. There's a good naturedness of a young child. Did you see the 2 pigs' milk? No, I didn't. Like, what would be bad about them? A selfie is a selfie. I know I panicked low-key and got nervous, okay, and dreamed about it then. What pigs? Did you send selfies? I never saw them. Really, all the emojis I put on your selfies are gone now. How could you? Huh. Wait, so you guys have seen Millie's face? I only remember like a mirror selfie or something. And I was like, yeah, looks fine. To be honest, I have higher standards for men than I have for women, I think. When I see a woman, I'm like, that's pretty. That's nice. Nice. Like, she's pretty. When I see a guy, I'm like, I'm kind of ugly. I did see a really good looking steward. Like, there were 2 white men where I was like, genuinely, this person looks really good in my life. One was a steward, a flight attendant on a Russian plane. Funnily enough, he looked a little bit like, he looked like the better version of a classmate that I had. Not a classmate, but like someone in my school. To be fair, that guy also pretty handsome, right? Also athletic and stuff, a good sports player. But the flight attendant was basically like the upgraded version of that dude. Right? If that dude was a little bit of a bum, he was like perfectly neat and clean. And like, he was so handsome. My friends and I were like, oh my god, have you seen that flight attendant? His visuals are insane, right? There was like one instance, and that was when I was like 15 or 16, right? And then this time there was this like flight attendant on a Qatar flight. He looked so young as well. I was like, what the, where does he, well, not young as in like he has a baby face, but he has like really good skin and stuff. Does it make sense? I was like, wow, those are like incredible facials. Like, why are you a flight attendant when you could make bank as a model or something like that, right? Anyways, obviously, dude never interacted with me because he always skipped my row for some reason. So I was like, interesting. Okay. Yeah. So those were like 2 instances where I was like, wow, this guy's visuals are crazy. There were some guys, like some of my childhood friends, where I'm like, yeah, they've got good faces. But then after that, like usually nah. And then when I see a flight attendant, like a female one, I'm like, wow, she's pretty. Wow, she's pretty. Oh, she's pretty too. The Chinese flight attendants are always like chosen via beauty as well, I guess. If you have so many citizens that you can make beauty a criteria, I guess that's crazy. But yeah, Chinese flight attendants always like peak visuals. It's crazy. Anyways, I'm a circle melts. I already know you, you're cutie. Selfies were yesterday. You deleted them, didn't you? I didn't see them. I was so when I am at work, right? Genuinely, I cannot look at my phone anymore. It's not like when I was working remote on a PC, I could just have your Discord messages in the back on like a tab. Since I'm now working in a cafe, I genuinely cannot take out my phone. I do have like gloves on and stuff, but I'm too afraid to like get the phone dirty or like get it wet or it slipping out of my hands and stuff. So that whenever I am at work, I'm genuinely like just cut off from the internet completely. So if you send anything during the time where I'm at work, I'm probably gonna miss it. God damn it, should I send them? I mean, you can DM them to me if you want to. If you want me to judge your visuals and tell you that you look just fine or something, sure. Send them to me. I don't mind. If you want to override your dream me's disses or something and get rid of your insecurities, send them to me. But you don't have to. Like, I'll be okay not knowing what your face looks like. Oh, can I use this? Like, I won't die from not knowing what your face looks like. Sure, right, I'll delete in 30 seconds and oh, holy shit, now I gotta... Give me a second. Give me a second. Hello? I'm waiting? Oh. Wait, Discord is not giving me any notifications. I don't even... So you know how Discord has like a streamer mode? If you use Streamlabs or something, Discord goes on like streamer mode or something. And you can't hear any notifications incoming, but I don't have that activated, so I don't see why there's no notifications. For DMs as well. Like, I don't get anything at all. The heck, you're cute! Insecure for nothing. Anyways. What were you afraid of? You look like you've got a face. It looks just fine. You know, it's like that's a decent face. I don't even know. Like, you're not even... Yeah. That's cute. I don't know what you're complaining about. Like, if you get dressed up, dolled up and stuff, you'll look even better, probably. It's... Yeah. You've got facial features. You don't know. Well, just normal facial, like, yeah. Normal, pretty facial features. Like, what were you afraid of? I don't understand. I think what's bothering me over here is that it's a little desaturated. I want to warm that up. Just one more. See, finance hair is so easy to draw, you know? Just, it's nice, it's neat, it's a little fluffy. I honestly made it a little too silky. But Mighty's hair is like fluffier and shit, but I don't know how to organize it. I'm like... Like, where am I gonna... What am I gonna do? How long can you hold? How long can you hold a node? I think when I was in the choir, I still had a lot of air, but right now it's probably like, it's probably pretty bad. Like, I don't think I can hold it for a minute anymore. Back then I could hold it for like almost 2 minutes, I think. Like, I could hold it for a really long time, you know, but right now it's like, Okay, I need to sleep for real now. Yeah, go! I'm probably gonna be up early again. Should also go to sleep soon, but I still think I have like an hour or something. Honestly, I also wanted to get done with this one. But he's a little different, this man. He's a little different, so I don't think I can. Let me grab the parts that are on the hair. Cut them out. Put them on here, and then I can just edit them. I can. I probably can. Lines do not delete. Let's see. Just want to soften up some of the hair parts. My lord. He needs eyebrows. He needs lines on his eyebrows. Oh, I'm an idiot! Again. So it needs lines on his face, and I almost deleted it. Oh, wait. It actually... I painted over it, right? Yeah, sure did. Okay, that's fine. That works. How do I make it finally look so normal and nice? And Mighty is kind of a bit of... I am glued to my screen. If you see me joking out, it's because I moved too close to the screen and the camera cannot capture my face anymore. Or sometimes it's because my pen is right in front of the camera. I just saw the model jerking around. I was like, oops, I forgot. Forgot they need to see my face. Happy dreams, good night. I hate sleeping here. Beds are ass, pillows are ass, sleeping next to mom is ass. It was like... See, there was like the... It's always like, how come? How come I always get stuck with people who snore? Like my mom, because she gained a lot of weight, and even like over time, she started snoring too. Oh my god, I was suffering. She started snoring. And I think that's also a sign of obesity as well. I'm like, Mom, I think you gotta, you know, lose a little bit of weight. It's not good that you're starting to snore. Like, you've never snored in your life before. Now that you've gotten like big, now you're snoring, right? When I was on a work trip, and they gave us room, and I decided to share a room with an intern. And I was like, oh yeah, I usually sleep pretty well. Like, don't mind me. You can just like walk around and just like go about your business. I did not mean that I do not mind people snoring, and she snored so bad. And then like the whole night, like she snored similarly to my grandma. My grandma from my dad's side also snored. I don't know if both of my grandparents. If both of dad's parents snore, then he definitely got it. My dad snores as well. I would never be able to sleep with my dad. And so did my mom. My mom never could sleep with my dad. But they also never separated rooms. Right? Like, I have a few pet peeves. I know that I don't like the smacking sounds when you like eat and you like, I hate that. I hate those sounds. If you eat like that, I'm gonna whack you or something, right? I'm gonna, first I'll ask nicely. I'm like, does it taste well? Like, does it taste good? You know, and usually, you know, in Germany, people say like schmeckt's, right? And it's just like, tastes good, right? And then like I had a friend, and she did that, and usually the like schmeckt's, right, is a little bit of a hint. It's a little bit of a hint, like, hey, watch your mouth. She didn't get it. She's like, yep, delicious. And then she continued. I'm like, oh, holy shit. And then one time I was like in the movies, and she was smacking her lips as well. And then I think that's when I told her, like, hey, can you stop smacking your lips? In the movies, I'm like, how can you eat popcorn and smack your lip? Like, you just put it in your mouth, close your mouth, chew and swallow. Like, why does your mouth open when you're chewing? Like, are you not afraid of the food falling out? Not to mention the sounds that come out of your mouth as well. I was like, how are you? And then she does it so nonchalantly as well. I'm like, do you not even notice? I could not concentrate on the movie because I was like sitting there and contemplating. Is that normal? Is it a defect? It's like, is she doing it on purpose? Does she want to kill me? Right? And then I'm like, usually I'm pretty blunt, right? Usually I'm pretty blunt, but when it comes to that, because it's like it's a politeness thingy, right? So I feel like it's kind of hard to reprimand a friend for their like eating habits. I don't know, because you know, like people like are brought up differently, so it's like I don't know if it's rude to call them out on that. So that's why usually you have these like passive aggressive type of things. I'm scared of a fly flying into my mouth. Airplanes like, yeah, same. I'm like, or genuinely, I'm like, did no one teach you, etc. Because, and it's not even like, you know how like Asians and they tend to chew loudly and stuff, and I think it's usually an indicator of low class. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's not good manners, right? And usually, if you're busy surviving, you're not considered with manners, right? So my grandparents, they have like peak manners. Well, not peak manners, but they're like very polite and stuff. My mom as well. None of them chew. I was like, when I was a teenager, I visited my grandparents, and we were eating just fine. And then there was my cousin, and he was sitting at the table with us. He was the only person chewing loudly with his mouth. And then I called him out on it, and he was like, "What's the problem? Like, let me just do it." And then my grandpa was like, "We did not raise a pig. Like, do you see anyone else at the table chewing like this?" Right? And I was like, "Thank you, Grandpa." Anyways, I love Grandpa. He's always like my biggest supporter. But to be fair, I think I'm the only person he thinks is normal in the family, so I can't even tell him I'm struggling too. Like, I can't crush his hopes. It's crazy that I'm like his last hope or something. I'm like, oh my god, Mom, what kind of propaganda? Like, what did you put in their heads? I'm not doing well. And the thing is, she's like, if she does not tell her, like my grandparents, that I'm not doing that well either, you know, it's also bad for her, because now she looks worse in their eyes as well, and then they'll treat her worse, etc. Right? Anyways, they've got like good manners. So I'm like, I like good manners. But then also I'm always like wishy-washy with things. So I'm also not particularly well mannered, I think. or at least in the sense of I'm well mannered in the sense of that I do not want to be an inconvenience to others, and like, you know, I ask for things nicely. Like, I always ask for permission and stuff. But I'm not well mannered enough to read the room properly and like get all of the like social cues, you know? I have like bare minimum manners. Do it in private, but be socially... Yeah, social etiquette in public. Yeah. My mom is like rough on it, so even in private, she always made sure that we follow proper procedures and stuff. So even with like serving rice, right? You always have to take 2 paddles of rice. Like you cannot just like take 1 scoop of rice and put it in the bowl and serve it to other people, because I don't know, in like Vietnamese, maybe it's a northern thing, I don't know. But 1 scoop of rice is for the dead. So you always have to do 2 scoops, right? If you filled it up too full, it can be a tiny scoop, but it needs to be 2 scoops. She even reprimanded her own mother for not doing that when we were eating together. So my grandma, she's like, at this point, she's like so old, she doesn't care. She's like, I'm just gonna live my life, whatever I want to do, I don't care. And my mom was like, no, mother. You need to do 2 scoops. 1 scoop is for... 1 scoop is for the dead. Yeah. Or not necessarily for the dead, but it's like an offering. Something like that. Does it make sense? I don't know. I don't know the reasoning behind it. I just know that it's a custom, so I just like follow it. I don't think about it too much. It's just a thing that happens. It's just a mannerism thing. So when other Vietnamese people, they like do the scooping thing, right? They do scoops and they only do it once. I'm like, oh, I don't say anything, obviously, because others, like, I ask nicely. I'm like, hey, do you not do 2 scoops? I thought it was like a thing where, you know, you're only supposed to do 2 scoops. So I was just wondering. And then other people are like, oh, no, it's not really a thing in my house. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Okay. No, like that. Oh, that's interesting, because I would assume that they wouldn't want to eat that much, you know? Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, it can be it's more of a, how do I say it? It's more of like a procedure thing. So, right, if you do, like, usually the bowls are small, and the paddle is also small, right? So usually you only, like, if you put rice on a paddle, it's usually just half a bowl anyway. So you do two scoops, and then it'll be like a full bowl, right? But if you're like really big and you do like this much, obviously you just want to put one scoop in. So it would be fine if you do like a second scoop. It's just like, I don't know, like a tiny little amount. Does that make sense? For Asians, because they want us to eat well and enough. You know, guys. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, heavy breathers. I have a friend like that too. I was like, we went on a trip and then I was like, oh, let's share a big room. I don't know, maybe I was feeling social, so I wanted to share a big room. So I did sleep in the big room with the other boys. And then the other 2 girls, they shared 1 room with like 1 bed. I didn't want to sleep alone in like 1 separated room. I'd rather sleep in the big room with all of the boys than have like 1 single room for myself. Because I was like, no, I don't want to be like segregated. Everyone's like being social and I'm gonna be alone on my own. No, right? Because like, I'm not gonna share a room, a single bed with another dude, right? I'm like, no, we're all gonna sleep in 1 room. 2 of you are gonna sleep in, and that was so nice. They slept on the ground, right? And I could have 1 of the 2 beds. Not segregation, but you know what I mean, right? So and then we all went to sleep, and it's so interesting to see who falls asleep the fastest, because I am usually the person who falls asleep the last. Maybe because I'm always wary. I'm always like, when I sleep with other people, I'm always the last to fall asleep and then the first to wake, because I cannot sleep. So if I'm with you and I sleep well, you know I feel safe with you. Like, if I fully knock out and you can do whatever you like want to my face and I don't notice, and like I sleep like dead, then you know I'm like really comfortable with you. Yeah, so the others would fall asleep. 1 would fall asleep like in a casket. Right, bro was laying down, his blanket just up to his chest, arms on the blanket and then like folded, right? Like he was in a casket. When I woke up in the morning, he was still in the same position. The blanket's still perfectly fine. This boy has not budged an inch during the night. Okay? Then the other guy who fell asleep, his breathing was so loud, right? He always has like a little bit, you know, breathing sound. But then when he like falls asleep, it like amplifies and suddenly it's like a motor. And he doesn't even snore or anything. It's just really heavy breathing. I was like, oh, that's interesting. It was pretty bad because like it wasn't that like it wasn't so loud that you couldn't like sleep next to him. But it was because the environment was so quiet because we weren't out in the woods, but we were like in a coastal city or something like that, and it was like a very, very quiet neighborhood. So once the lights were out, you could hear your own like breathing, and you would think like, oh shit, is my breathing too loud? Because you could hear it so well. At night, there were no other sounds, no wind, no nothing, because it was summer and stuff. So all you could hear was other people, like your breathing. And I was constantly like, I think that's why I had a hard time falling asleep, because I was like, oh, what if I breathe too loud? Right? Sometimes there are nights like that. Right? It's just like the air's kind of different or something like that. I don't know. Right? So all we could hear in this room, I think we were like 5 or 6 people sleeping in one room. All we could hear was like this one dude breathing. So funny. The sweetest guy too. Like he's so sweet. I think he's got a child now. I think the child should be born. But he's the sweetest person, and it's just like it's so funny sometimes just like finding out things about your friends. Yeah, I adore them. Right now, like now I don't really have any adoration left like that anymore, but like yeah, back then I really adored them. And then you start suffocating yourself. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, once you fall asleep, you're gonna breathe normally again. I think sometimes I might be a bit of a loud breather as well. And because in Vietnam, right, I got sick and I had the sniffles. It was like so bad. I think I had a sinus infection. I was producing snot like a waterfall. Okay, I could have filled a lake with my snot. Okay, and during that time, occasionally I would snore. Right, I would like do like right. I like funny thing is, every time I notice myself snoring, because I don't know, I've learned to notice myself snoring. I do it like once, and I'm like, oh shit, I snort. I wake up and then I like go to bed normally again, and I stop. No, it wasn't allergies. I genuinely just got sick. I had like, my grandpa had a cough and stuff, and I think it like moved over to me, and then I had a cough, I had like sniffles, I went, you know, did the snot thingy. You could see the like dead white bodies and stuff. Usually if your snot is like whitish, like opaque and yellow and stuff, you know that, you know, you're fighting off an infection. So I was pretty sure. They also gave me antibiotics at some point as well. And I was like, oh shit, okay, so it's a little bit more serious. Like oh my god. It was so much. And I was gonna fly in like 2 days as well. I was gonna fly back. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna spread a sickness on a plane or something as well. No, so this is how COVID started, etc. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, so basically I did end up snoring. I think it's because if your sinus caves or whatever it's called, hold on, let me show you. Nebenhöhlen. Look at this. Like your sinuses, right? Look at how much snot there can be in your face. Like basically your whole like cheeks and stuff can be filled, and it's so like then all of the like nooks and crannies and stuff, right? And I think to this day I'm still have a little bit of like And occasionally there's a little bit left somewhere, right? Yeah, so they can like fill up and shit. And I think maybe if something gets stuck like over here and then the, you know, the airflow isn't as clean, like it ends up like you end up snoring a little bit or something. And the worst thing is this is just from the front. It goes back, like it goes even deeper into the side. I don't even know if you can see it well. But you do see it, it's like a whole, it's just a bag basically. It goes all the way like almost to your ear. Right? And that's also where you usually feel, like I feel it over here usually. When I end up like snoring, it's like usually because like something over here either collapsed or it's like something stuck there, like a little bit of mucus or something. Right? So it's like, I don't know, I'm just very aware of what my body does and how it like moves and stuff. So yeah. Well, I'm gonna play. There you go. Hello? Music? Music start though? Start please. Some people use nose rinse bottles. Watch a video of it and it's just pouring out like crazy. Yeah. I think I should try that, but also do not try that with tap water because of amoeba and stuff. It's like a very it needs to be distilled water, like, yeah. I don't need, like, I'm scared to try something like that. I don't like things going up my nose. Genuinely, it's, yeah, it just comes out like crazy. There's so much mucus in it. I went through a lot of tissues when doing that. Honestly, I should probably do a nose rinse or something like that. It could also be maybe deviated septum. I don't think so, but a friend of mine said that, like, could be. Oh, hi, Tiso. Were we doing a booga chat? Did you guys eat boogas as a child? I tried it like once when I was in kindergarten. Like all of these children, they keep eating boogas, and it's like such a phenomenon, even in media. Is it that good? So I tried once when I had a booga. It was just salty. I was like, nah, that's not it. Why do people, nah? And then I stopped. I think kids with parents that don't cook well might... Do you think those kids are more prone to eating boogas? We think so? If a kid thinks a booga is delicious, I would start questioning the parents' cooking skills. Cause like I was eating booga, I was like, there's so many better things than boogers. I'm not gonna eat a booga. Booga. Sorry. Not a booga. A booga. Sure, I guess. Why? Tiso's not dedicated enough to be a mod. He's just like, sure, I guess. Why, right? The others really wanted it. It's okay. It's okay. You do not need to be a mod, Tiso. Everyone else is mod except me. It's okay. I'll let Tiso join you in not being a mod. Modless together. Yeah, I just discovered that I can make people into mods, and then people started asking for power. Aiko's too young for responsibility, so... I don't want to move too close. Thanks, bro Seth. We're in this together until the mods start abusing the powers and chat ban us indefinitely. I can always revoke that power. Remember, they have power over you, I have power over them. Let's see. Nah, that's a weird shape. Nah. I want to draw Kim Solo. But I can't. I haven't drawn any other chibis because I can't do him justice. He's too cute to be drawn. I hate that all of the favorite characters I draw, like I cannot draw them well enough. I can't get the vibes right. So I never draw them. Well, I should draw them more, but then it's like I never do them justice. It's not worth it. Hey, now for the plot milk. We need to abuse it sometimes. It's so sad that you cannot use it on each other. That would have been really funny. There's also like there's a standard mod, and there's a managerial mod as well. What can the other mod do? Hold on. A managing moderator can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live. And also has capabilities of standard moderators. Oh, okay, so it's like a little bit of an upgrade. It's gonna be me, guys! I'll be Fleet Admiral! Banned words. What words are even banned? Other than the standard slurs. Like what word would I even ban? You didn't give me the utmost power now. No, I made you a standard mod. You basic bitch mod. This is ridiculous. Also, Ren, did you start reading Ghost Story Gotta Work? GDCG. Did you start reading it? Maybe I'll consider giving it to you then. Oh, look at the time! It's quite late. Right, I forgot I still had these. It's good. Like, I recommended it to Milk. Not to Milk. What the fuck? I recommended it to Skirt, and she immediately started reading it. She didn't get too far, but she's like, yeah, it's really easy to read. And stuff. She immediately started reading it like 2 days later or something. But to be fair, she also really enjoyed SCP Foundation back in the day. She really loved it. And she also asked me if I wanted to try reading it. I never got into it. Like, I'm not the type of person who reads Wikipedias. It's good though? 2 milk sexes? No. Just one. There's dream milk. Also, what kind of dreams do you guys have? I'm just wondering, because a lot of people I asked, they always have these like extreme dreams, and I'm sitting there like, are you okay? Are you okay? Because mine are always really mundane. It's usually just like I'm going to some event. Right? Occasionally I get the, like when I'm really stressed, I get one of those like surreal adventure dreams that are kind of like, if you interpreted it, you're like, yeah, that's a little bit of an interpretation of being overwhelmed. Soy Milk. Dr. Milk and Mr. Way. I'll start soon, trust Milk. Mrs. I already told you guys, and you called me an edgelord and picked me. Wait, for what? For your dreams? Dreams are usually just things I remember, or a bunch of stuff I remember mashed together. Yeah, no, but what's the theme? What are the themes that you usually go through? Because like some people are like, yeah, I get killed by my family, I'm like, okay. Like one dude I know. One dude I know, his sleep paralysis demon is literally his mom. I'm like, that's crazy, bro. To this day, I'm like, that's the craziest shit. Are you scared of your mom? Are you okay? Like, maybe talk to her a little bit more. She will be less scary. But it was like a representation of like the pressure she put on him and stuff. It's like, that has to be the issue. And he's like, nah, I'm fine with my mom. I'm like, are you sure? Because your subconsciousness is saying otherwise. Right? Because like my dreams are, I'm either at a mall, doing some shit. I did fall, like, you know how some malls have like this kind of structure where there's like a hole in the center, you know, and then you have like the other floors and you can watch it, and then there's like the stores around it. There's just a little bit of like a hole or something. I fell in that role. But the biggest issue of me being in the mall was me trying to pee. Okay, so I was trying to, like, I dreamt that I needed to pee. Then I went to the toilet in this mall, and then I peed. I came out, and then later I realized I was still dreaming. I actually needed to pee. But yeah, I fell through this like hole and stuff, and it was just like falling. I'm like, oh, interesting. This is like one of those dreams where you fall, which are pretty rare for me. But it's usually something really simple, right? And then there's like one of those other dreams where I'm like, oh, I'm like going from A to B. I'm on a journey basically, right? It's a journey, it's an adventure. There's also like some like action-y dreams where it's like there's a battle royale or something and I'm fighting or I'm beating up a classmate that I didn't like. But then like there was like one dream where I beat up like we were on a class field trip and I'm like this one classmate annoyed me so much I punched her in the face. And obviously if you punch someone, there's not like in a dream there's not really a lot of like resistance or like feedback. So then I was like, oh, that's a dream. I saw something like that. I was like, I had so many dreams when I'm with my class and I'm on some field trip. There was also like a picnic and we had a race, right? And I brought Haribo gummy bears to the picnic. Something like, it's something ridiculous like that. It's so mundane. That was like, and then also I have like dreams where I'm like, I have a boyfriend. I'm like, it's so funny. I don't need a boyfriend because I have boyfriends in my dreams, and I get the experience then, and then I wake up and I'm like, that's good. I do not need a real life boyfriend. It's so stupid. Yeah. Oh, and then the other dreams that I occasionally have is like a dream where I embarrass myself, I guess, which is a bit of like, I don't know if it's a fear or something. It was like, I don't like embarrassing myself, right? And then it's something like, oh, I'm on the beach. I'm just walking. I'm looking for my family. I looked at, and then like, I don't know, my ass feels weird. I'm like, wait, where did my pants go? It's something like that. I'm like, oh shit, I've been walking on this beach, pantless, for how long? I swear I had it earlier. Something like that, right? It's just something really stupid. So I cannot imagine when people tell me, they're like, yeah, I was like in this like weird underground cave dungeon thingy, and we were like, there was this whirlpool and we had to swim through it, and there were sharks and stuff, and my family and I were like swimming through it, and they all got eaten and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? What's wrong with your imagination? Alright, hold on. I can't find a deep theme because I'll remember my dream, but then there'll be major setting changes that I can't piece together. No, the setting changes are normal. It just like happens randomly. But maybe for me, it's like more plausible because a lot of them are like somewhat normal. Does it make sense? Like I start out at a school, you know, where there's like, it's really busy, it's somewhat dark. And because the atmosphere is kind of similar, I end up in like something like a museum, an exhibition, you know, the one that's like dark and it has lots of like lights just on the ground, and it's kind of like a starry sky exhibition, kind of like that. So I go from school to a museum, but it's like similar vibes in terms of setting. Does that make sense? Or sometimes I walk from like one place to another, and then the other place can just be a different setting. I know, like I have a mission, so it's like, it can be like vastly different settings, but usually there's like one transitional piece in a dream. Does that make sense? The transitional piece is usually very like illogical as well. It could be something like, oh, I'm washing my dishes right now and I need to go to the living room to... I need to go to the living room to feed my... no. Need to go to the living room to talk to the manager or something like that, right? And you're like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Like, what kind of manager would that be in my living room? And then suddenly you're at a hotel, something like that. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, that's usually just like a very thin thread. And sometimes it's just like a random thought that pops up in your head. But like the very thin thread is like you suddenly need to do something or something like that. And then that's when the setting changes usually. That's from what I've experienced. It doesn't necessarily mean that I need to do something, but usually it's like just like one random thought that's like, oh, I'm at this bakery because I need to buy underwear. Right? And then suddenly you're at the pool or something because you needed underwear for the pool. Does that make sense? So you go from a bakery to a pool. Alright, hold on. I think recently I'm getting a lot of surreal dreams. There's always someone chasing. Why are you always being chased and killed, guys? Like, meanwhile, my dreams are a lot of like quests, funnily enough. I have this one random SCP novel that Shido did art for. Oh, really? I've grabbed it out of my cabinet to look at the title, I guess. It's titled SCP Foundation Iris Through the Looking Glass. Oh, I remember that! Iris Through the Looking Glass. I think that's the only like piece of SCP Foundation comic that I've like ever seen, I think. Iris Through the Looking Glass. I really like that. Yeah, Shido drew that. It's a novel? I didn't even know. I thought that was cool, yeah. I remember that too. I completely forgot that Shido drew this. I just really like the art and stuff. That is cool. I'm always going through whole stories of being chased by Freddy Fazbear for some unknown reason. No, yeah, the story thing kind of makes sense. I think my dreams also have a little bit of narration usually, or like a setting. Does that make sense? Usually it's something stupid like... Well, it's not even stupid, but like one of the like larger scale dreams would be something like, for example, that one dream with the floods, right? So there's a setting of this like huge floods coming through the city periodically, right? And it's literally just like walls of water and everyone just needs to survive. And for some reason we wanted to escape the city and like go to a more open space, right? So we decided to go to the beach basically and just travel there while dodging all of the huge waves and stuff. And the starting point where I started out was a dark empty mall basically with a bunch of other like classmates. Funnily enough, my classmates were the My Hero Academia people. And so that thing got flooded and we had to run, right? Bakugo almost drowned. And I started out as, I think like Uraraka or something. There was like this vibe of like, oh, I am Uraraka and I'm saving him. Later, I just like became myself again. But for a while, I was like Uraraka or something. And then I handed Bakugo off to Midoriya. And then I went off with like I don't know, like some other people. I don't even remember them. Right? So it's stuff like that. So, and then on my journey out of the city, you know, we would run into different events and not just events, but also maybe different events and hurdles and stuff like that, right? Or and then in between we would have to buy apples or something like that, right? It's usually something like that. And then I think the last thing I remember was like being somewhere close to the sea, but there was no solution either. And then I went into like some sort of like back alleyway. I was doing some trades, something like that. I was talking to merchants or something, like locals. Yeah, it's usually quite simplistic. Let's see, what do the other guys do? Thank you for the sympathy, Aiko. The second a woman gives me positive attention, my brain says that's not real and wakes me up. Oh wait, hold on. I saw a hot chick in my dream and I became lucid for like 1 second, then woke up. You need to talk to more women. Just talk to them nicely. I saw this like one. Do you know the UDI guy, UDY guy? Before a stream, I was watching Kenji react to one of the videos. It's just like this one dude. He was supposed to be the decoy, but then he fucked it up so bad. It was so funny. I think he got nervous or something. He was supposed to say like, hey, Iron Model, you look really good, and I'm like real estate agent. I'm trying to, you know, like find models to pose in the house and sell it and shit, right? That was a script. But then he asked for the name, and I could see how he like forgot, because he was like, yeah, what's your name? And she's like, oh, my name is like, I forgot the name, like Alicia or something, right? He's like, oh, that's a nice name. That's a really good one. Very pretty one. And you know he forgot it. You know that's the moment where he realized, oh, I forgot the script, right? Like he was so flustered. And then he went like, do you want to come to my house? He was being such a creep, like, it wasn't intentionally, but he came off so wrong just because he was like, he got nervous as shit. He was like so bad. He was so bad. He came off as a creep and stuff. He know, and she was scooting away and everything too. And then she was like, nah, I'm good. And then he's like, I'm rich. Like, who does that? Why are they like that? Like, just talk to people. Just talk to them normally. Do a little bit of small talk. You know? Just learn how to do it. Maybe even Google how to do small talk. Just ask questions. Right? Ask questions occasionally. Like, give more context about yourself. Because if you do not give context about yourself, the other person's gonna be scared. Because they're like, I don't know anything about them. What do they want from me? Right? Oh, you know what? I think... Give me a second. Can I grab this? You need to add a little bit of like texture right here. Not texture, but you know, give this like, give his head a little bit of a form shadow. So it feels like he actually... Oh, I think this one's good. So it feels like he actually has a little bit of volume. Similarly to what I did for Finan over here. But it's a little bit harder to choose the color for. What's his name? Mighty. Mightimus. And then I can blend that out. The Lagertha. You need to build charismatic aura. Yeah, for sure, for sure. My brother also came to visit me at my workplace. I know he looks down on me for that, but like, the food at the place is good, so, you know. He did grab... It is a little pricey though, I must say that. I gotta say, it's a little pricey, I think. Because a lot of it is like, stuff like grilled cheese and French toast and stuff. It's really good. They use like shokupan, like the Japanese bread and stuff as well. But I don't know, grilled cheese with a salad for like 15 bucks? A little pricey, I must say. I mean, because usually for that price, you get like full-on like main courses. In Berlin, at least, right? So it's a little bit on the pricier side, but it is a really pretty cafe and stuff. So far, I've never had to pay for any of the food, so it's good. Wait, Milk, can you teach me how to draw lush lashes on a side profile? Like with the eyes closed, because my drawing be looking tweaky. Eyes closed. On the side? Like full on profile like this? But first of all, this is the shape of the eye, right? This is the end, this is the corner, right? Okay. So technically, if you're really... First of all, just assume that people can wear makeup, okay? And usually, you have like a little bit of like... It's curved, right? Your eyelash is curved. And your lashes usually jut out of like dots like this, right? So in real life, it kind of looks like this, right? Obviously, they'll be thinner too. They'll be like the longest somewhere here, and then it's a little bit, you know, fizzles out. And so it already comes out like this. And then if you add like, so usually if you connect, this is how lashes work. Like, it's kind of like doing a curve in school, right? You have lots of points and then you connect it and it becomes a curve. You know, we're going back. This is what you use if you're an artist. This is what you use maths class for, okay? Algebra. So you have these lashes. All of these are thin lines. Kind of sucks, right? You can either just like connect all of these lines, you know? Bam, you have a lash. It's very thin, right? You can drag it up a little, right? To make them thicker. Because people also wear eyeliner and stuff, and usually, you know, there's a little bit of eyeliner over here. So it looks nice, right? And then you can also, you know, do the thing where you add curves instead. I'm trying to go for multiple lashes, but it looks weird, right? So usually the lashes clump a little, right? This is very clean. This is like very modern animation style, I think, because it's more manageable, right? In illustrations, usually you have like different, like this is like one thing protrudes out over here and then here a little, and maybe a little bit in the back as well. So you usually have more curvy line. That's why they say like do the triangles, because if you do it like this, you know, it's literally a triangle. I don't like how this one's looking right now, but like this is a little too long. I mean, I think I have a, let me see, I think I might have a tutorial somewhere. And then also, because they come out, like you have, basically this is the shape of a single hair, right? If you want to have like a lot of them, people usually also... Wait, hold on. They kind of, you know, where it touches the skin, where it comes out of the skin, they do a little bit of a zigzag over there. And you have the normal shape, right? lashes comes out like this because they, you know, they want to be curved and shit. So there's one like this. There's one like this. Could be one like this. Maybe a shorter one in between and stuff, right? So you start off like this. And it kind of sucks. You don't want to, you want to connect it a little bit. So that you basically only have the outline silhouetted. And then it'll feel lush, like curvature wise. You don't have to draw every single hair. That's why the lashes look like this in webtoons. Because they blend in together at some point, do they not? Like, it's similar with hair. It's like, it's the same thing with hair. Right? I think if you look at the villainess as a marionette, they have like really lush eyelashes. Right? But yeah, usually you just have to keep in mind, usually it's like the tallest over here. The lashes are short over here. Right? And then they kind of follow the curve of the eye as well. Right? And since this is like a 3D thingy, you can make the base diamond shaped, and then this is the tip, and then you just connect it to the tip, right? So this is the base of a single lash. Do that multiple times, right? Boom, boom. And then you just connect, and then you just connect it. You get really full lashes. Right, that kind of look like this. Okay, I'm like, this is a little exaggerated right now. Do you see what I mean? I don't draw the, like, I don't draw this type a lot. That's why it looks really messy right now. And then you've got the other parts of the eye, as usual. And even at the bottom, you could, you know, add a lot of stuff. Right? And you just draw the other parts of the eye. Very moe. But do you get what I mean? It's like, it's got principles. Let me see. Inspiration, that should be manhwa. Let me see. Like if you look at this webtoon, for example. If you want to draw lashes like this, look at the villainess as a marionette. You see this? This is not the greatest example. Let me see. I think I should have a folder with eyes. The eyes. Give me a second. Eyes, and I think one of her eyes should be part of it. Oh yeah. A bunch of them. Close-ups. Do you see this? They do like, obviously they also do this, but if you zoom in, let me take this. It's not, you know how a lot of artists do the thing where they draw the lashes, right? And then they draw in, and then they draw over it like this. I think that kind of misunderstanding. Sometimes it looks nice stylistically, but it only looks really good in a very certain style. Like if you have a little bit of I don't know. It's like, let me see. I think if you genuinely, like if a character looks like downwards, right? And it's a little bit like minimalistic. It's a lot more delicate, and then you have like one little strand like this. It's like a little bit of like a reflection, right? So people use it like that. But the thing that a lot of artists do, and I think that usually feels a little amateurish to me. I see that a lot in the Western sphere, honestly. In the Eastern sphere, usually it's either a highlight, like a little bit of a glint on a single piece of hair. It's either that, right? So it's either a glint of hair or it's technically correct like this. But in the West, people just like, oh yeah, there's just this shape over here and people do that. It looks nice, right? But what it actually is, like if you look at the, do you see this? There's a lash over here. This is a lash. Like it needs to follow the gaps of the lash, right? This is a lash. This is a lash. She's got some thick hair, right? And they're not drawing every single one of them, but they meld together, right? Into like one big mass, and then you just have these like these shape, right? Obviously you can see that they do a little bit, like you can see it from the direction they do this. They do consider every single lash and stuff. But if I toggle that off, right, you'll see that it looks like this. That's what I was trying to say. And then the same goes for the side view. Right? This is a single lash. And then you add another one. And another one in the back, right? And you shape it nicely. You know, fades out. Could be another one over there, etc. But you don't really, you know, draw every single one. You just like merge it together. Does that make sense? That's also the reason why people do these like little, they simplify it, you know? They simplify and like, oh yeah, I like having, you know, like this. Like adding a little bit of unevenness to it. I do think it's pretty, but you gotta know what it is to be able to make use of it effectively. That's not... Right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at this. But Luca is kind of like that as well. Like Alien Stage, if you look at Alien Stage, that's why Luca has eyes like that. Luca, Alien Stage. Because his eyelashes are so fucking thick. Can you see this? They're so fucking thick, they kind of blend into his eyes. Right? Luca, when I get you. And you can see that they also only really do the outer shape. They don't draw anything inside of the structure. But I think the villainess is a marionette. You know, these eyes are just like, these are great for study, like for understanding how this type of art style works. Like this way of drawing eyelashes works. I don't know if they still, if they're still as consequent at the end. Not at the end, but like in the later chapters, because I dropped it somewhere around, I think chapter 40 or something. Didn't drop it, but I didn't really do anything else. I like the way, I usually like the way they draw these eyes. So clean and kind of soft and stuff. Oh, but this is really nice too. But look how like simple it is. It's just so pretty. Like the shape was just really good. Kyundo-chan. I need like ORV levels of art. But for Kim Solo. Gotta make simple art sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's about subtraction rather than addition, you know? Like something's lacking. with his hair. Let me see if I put them side by side. Yeah, his hair looks more finished than his hair. Oh, it's because I didn't. Okay. Oh my god. My chicken. Usually I do like a pass over the lines, which is the reason why I don't really like doing line art, because I like the painterly style, so I usually do like a pass going over the lines and softening them up a little bit so they feel a bit more painterly. My nose is still stuffy. I haven't sneezed. My sneeze counter hasn't moved, has it? Last stream I also didn't sneeze. No, I'm not gonna make it to a sneeze a day. I always sneeze every single day. This is an alien phenomenon? Wait, what is an alien phenomenon? Detail oriented? Yeah. Sneeze counter? 0? No? Oh, today. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong. My nose is stuffy. Maybe it's because it's so stuffed that no germs can get in. No germs can get in, you know? So I haven't sneezed them out anymore. Is my stuffy nose a protective feature? I don't like it. That's also why my voice is always a little nasal. Nasally? I speak nasally? Because of that. My nose is always stuffy. Maybe I need to turn on the air purifier again. Could be that there's a lot of dust in here, which makes my nose stuffy. The nose cleaner things, I probably do. I don't want to do it. I'll just use tissues, and my brain might come out with it. I'll take that risk. I'll risk my brain coming out along with the snot if it means I don't have to use that squeezing bottle. Can you open the windows for fresh air? It's fine. It's fine. I don't want to open them. It's just I probably just need to vacuum my desk. I can see a little bit of dust over there. Brain cells lost. I already lost so much. I don't need to lose brain cells as well. Just kidding. I didn't lose that much. So my family's still intact. It's gonna be a lot of work because I don't know what to do with him. Like, sir, how am I supposed? Like, what am I? You're so beautiful. Hello, beautiful. What can I do for you? Do you leave alone? Put your number in my iPhone 16 Pro Max. If I have you, I have the whole world. There's honestly, that is a crazy... There's a crazy pickup line. It's not a bad pickup line. But it also kind of implies that you are a trophy, an object, you know? So it's like, in the end, it's not really a compliment. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm being objectified. You know? It's almost 2 a.m. It's good at it though, for comedy. Yeah, for sure. I'm number 1. Let's go! Oh, finally. That took a while though. All right, who are the top fans right now? It's you on the throne. Second is Mitsuna, and then Ren's still third. You know what? Let's see. I think I'll just clean up this pod. It's jawline. It's got such a great jawline, this man. Like, why is he so pretty, man? Like, for what? Like, he does not need to be this pretty. Like, what do you need beauty for? You're on the battlefield. It's for the ladies' eyes. Like, if I had those beauty, like that beauty too, I too wouldn't want my country to go to war. You know, like if I, like, he needs to protect that face of his. Like, if I had a face like that, I wouldn't want to fight either. You know, Finan being based off of Himmel? I mean, there were parallels. I think it was like mostly about the fake hero becoming a hero story. Like the fake hero aspect, and then, you know, the vibes. I don't even think it was that visual. I do understand that, you know, he was the lightness that comes with Himmel. You know, like, he's confident. He's confident. He's like very, like, how do I say it? It's like his demeanor is very light. Does it make sense? Like like not light-hearted or anything like that. But he's, yeah, I don't know, just the way Finan speaks and Himmel speaks. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Himmel is still a little bit more beauty-oriented, but then also Himmel does like, he is a hero, so he's got the skills to back it up. So I do like that dichotomy, you know, like a guy that's a little bit more effeminate. Well, Himmel is more effeminate than Finan, but Finan's like right smack dab in the middle. Like, he's neither too feminine nor too... Actually, he leans a little bit more masculine than Himmel. So if there's like a center, Himmel would almost feel a little bit more feminine in his demeanor. Wait, hold on, let me draw down. Right. Feminine. Young. See, I think yin and yang makes sense. Finan literally is the sun, so he needs to feel a little bit more. So Finan is like here. Yeah. Finan. And Himmel is more over here. Himmel. But Himmel is not too yin. He's only like a little bit yin in his, like, in the way he talks. And Finan is kind of like, I don't know, somewhere around here. Like in Japan, he also as like a sa at the end of a sentence. Like it makes total sense to me. I'm bad at describing these things. So feminine guys are more attractive. No! No! No, this is why you're not a mod. You can't just like dumb it down like that. There's no nuance to it. Wait, Milk, do you like him? But I tend to like the masculine side more, right? And Himmel is not necessarily, I'm not saying he's feminine. Does that make sense? I'm not saying he's a girl. That's why I put yin and yang. There's just like different energies. Right? Yin is more like the moon and yang is more like the sun, right? And like the yang has more of that like bright sun energy. And usually it's associated with like a little bit more masculinity, right? Well, Himmel is more Hien. I don't even know if there's a word for that in English. Oh, gentle. Yeah, Yin is gentle, for example, right? So Himmel is a bit more gentle than Feinen, I'd assume. Right? He's so gentle. And Feinen still gives off a little bit more of a, like, he would put his arm around you. He's still gentle, but like he properly, you know how Feinen pulled Trailblazer up? You know, like he helped them up. He like properly grabs them and pulls them up with a little bit of like just the right amount of strength, right? Himmel would do it like really gently, like the way, like imagine the way he went down on one knee and took Friren's hand, you know? And even the way Feinen is gentle with himself feels different than Himmel grabbing Friren's hand. Does that make sense? It feels a little bit more... I don't know. I'm bad with this. Like, how am I supposed to describe this? But then Himmel still does, you know, like he's not... I'm not telling you he's like fully feminine. Like he still holds a sword and like and fights these properly. Like he doesn't hold back or anything. Like it doesn't... Like he doesn't... I don't know. Like he doesn't fight like Asuna from Sword Art Online with like the fencing, you know, he still uses slashes and stuff. I feel like Feinen has a rougher boyish vibe in comparison to Himmel. Exactly. Like Feinen still feels like yeah, like boyish. And Himmel feels more gentlemanly. Does that make sense? That's like the difference between the two. And I do like that difference. Right? So I feel like the funny thing is usually I also think some people kind of not some people, but people kind of misunderstand how inspiration boards work, because oftentimes inspiration boards are more of a vibe thing, to be honest. It's more of a mood board, and then usually it's like one very specific part about a character that people like, right? So example, when Himmel was on the board, they probably did it for the fake hero thing, and also his like demeanor being a little bit more like bright but gently so, rather than being like, oh yeah, he's bright but he's like a fully golden retriever boy who just like runs around like he's not a he's got boyish energy and he's got a bit of like a golden retriever vibe, but he's not a himbo. Does it make sense? So it's like, so they probably put Himmel in to show like, yeah, first of all, the fake hero theme was nice. The colors being like white and blue feels like a little bit like royal and stuff, and that's really nice, like, you know? And then also like that the demeanor is more gentle, but they probably still wanted a little bit more boyishness in Feinen, right? So they went for Snowy, the white dog. They probably had, somewhere over there, they probably had a Samoyed dog in there, right? It's like a little, it's like fluffy. It doesn't look too sleek. Sorry. but still like was not good natured. Like it's like a happy looking dog, right? Does that make sense? It's more about the vibes. I'm so sorry. It's just about vibes. I'm this makes me such a woman. Women always go off of the vibe. Like your face doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to be a 10 out of 10 if you have the vibe. People will like you, girls will like you. Like it is so funny because like sometimes when you see girls like Tinder profiles and stuff and who they swipe on, you're like, bro, why would you swipe on a dude with a mug like that? And she's like, well, he's kind of cute, no? And you're like, I don't know. God, he looks like a bum. She's like, what the vibes? You know? So yeah, I don't know. I think men are more visual creatures than women are. I'm sorry. Like girls like to dress up and stuff, but I have to say, it's the guys who decide based on the visuals. It's not the girls. Wait, is my vibe okay? You're a cutie, Aiko. You're a cutie. You're giving off sunshine. Yeah, you're a little sunshine. That's the vibe I'm getting off of you. I'm self-conscious now? Yeah, I don't know. I have a weird vibe. Like, you don't need to be self-conscious. You're giving sunshine, okay? I know that I'm like, I'm weird. You know, I wasn't a quiet kid in school. I was not only quiet, I was also weird. So like, whoa, what a weirdo. You know, like, sometimes my friends are like, yeah, I was a quiet child. I'm like, that's okay. Quiet child is everywhere. What's weird is if the quiet child is also a weirdo. And I was odd. I was a quiet child who's a weirdo. Okay? Yeah. Agreed. I did not learn any social skills up until college. Like people were thinking like you're probably also the type of girl who that's what they were saying to me. They're like, I bet you like to play around with scissors and stuff at home too. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm just really socially awkward, bro. I don't know. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. Apparently in Germany, right? Only 1/4 of working class families' children go to university and study. If you academic, like 3/4, like 75% of academic children, like children that come out of an academic family, 75% of them go study at a university. But for working class children, it's only 25%. And then there was like this interview and it's like, yeah, my parents couldn't really help me. Like even past 11th grade, like it kind of stopped around there. I was like, 11th grade, your parents still helped you around 11th grade? That's crazy because my parents stopped helping me after I finished elementary school. Like I was on my own from 5th grade on. I like no help whatsoever. I figured it all out on my own. Like it wasn't that they didn't like that they abandoned me, but I never got any like academic help. Does that make sense? Like I had to do it all on my own. Which is why I got really bad grades on like presentations at first. Because I just like, they were like, yeah, do a presentation on Shakespeare. And I just like Googled the biography and then I like rattled it down. I was like, I just read the biography in front of class. Which is a bad presentation. That's true. But like, I didn't know what that meant. Yeah. They were like, yeah, do a presentation on the life of Shakespeare. I'm like, okay. I'm looking for the biography. Independence from the start, yeah, my parents always taught me like, yeah, you gotta be independent and stuff. And then if I ask them, they're like, honestly, I don't know. I'm like, fair enough, right? And then obviously they would, you know, apply me to school and stuff, so I didn't have to do any of the administrative work. if anything at all. But yeah, usually, and luckily enough, in Germany, everything's kind of documented, so you can probably just like look it up and Google and stuff. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So I was like, wow, luxurious. Like a working class parent from Germany can only teach you up to 11th grade. Wow. Meanwhile, like immigrant parents are like, yeah, I can help you with like elementary school. Like I can teach you multiplication. Anything else, you're known. And my brother did get tutoring. So yeah. Yeah, I just thought that was funny. And bro was like, yeah, it's difficult. Your parents don't help you. After 11th grade. Like at that point, you like in 11th grade, you're already like 17 or something. So I'm like, wait. Why would your parents need to help you with school stuff? At that point, you've been in school for 10 years. You've been in your school for like over half of your life, right? It's like, isn't that luxury at that point? And then also like German class, like kids that come from like, a lot of my friends come from like families that have an academic background, and all of them were doing shit on their own. At 11, like in 11th grade too, I'm like, bro, did you expect your parents to do your schoolwork for you or something? It could have also been maybe about the procedural things, you know, like the the bureaucracy. But who knows? My parents are helping my college brother, so your situation sounds crazy. What? What do you mean they help your college brother? They help him write essays and shit? Can he not think for himself? They help pay his fund. Oh, no. Yeah. My parents did that too. Financially, they helped out. No, that's... Yeah. I was doing well in that regard. I'm talking about like actually being able to tell you stuff about school. No, he's not stupid. No. Yeah, no. In that regard, I was very well off as well. Right? Like some people, like I understand, like working class, like children, often they have to work for themselves to, for example, get a driver's license or something like that, right? That makes studying a lot harder because you're like busy working and shit. And you can't really focus on your studies, and you know, and then in school you're tired because you've been working, and you get up early, and then you can't pay attention in class, so you can't really, you know, remember, and then you have to study afterwards, so it kind of like accumulates. Speaking of driving license, got any tips? Just drive. Just drive. Like just pay attention. I don't know what else to tell you. It's just like pay attention. Build good habits. Wait, driving's different in Germany? I don't know. Schulterblick. Like look over your shoulder. Shoulder check. Always do that. Do that as often as you can. Even if you do the shoulder check, do it for a little bit. Like do it for like, I don't know, half a second or something. Like really pay attention to what's going on in that window. Because sometimes time is really bad. Dude, I'm gonna crash somehow? No, just go slowly. Just go slowly and get used to it. It's like learning how to ride a bike. Just gotta do it. And not crash. Just pay attention. It is important though for you to kind of understand where the corners of your car are. Especially the one in the front diagonally. And then if you're on the street, always drive a little bit more to the left. Like you can't, like your position cannot be in the center of the lane because you'll be too far to the right. When I started learning how to ride a bike at 7, isn't that a little late? You don't even know how to swim? Okay, I'll teach you. That's all you need to know how to float. Floating, you just do by being a starfish, okay? If you're a starfish and you just like, you know, like crane your neck up a little bit like that, you know, you'll float just fine. The water will be up to your neck. You might feel a little bit like uncomfortable, but you'll be fine. You know, just look up to the sky and then like spread out. You're a starfish, okay? Water will be around here. Get comfortable with, you know, having your mouth in the water sometimes. Just don't swallow anything, right? In Germany, don't you drive on the left? I guess so. No. Yeah, you drive on the left side. Now, floating is easy. It's just the actual swimming, but that's not difficult. Frog, okay? Frog style. What do you mean, how do you breathe? You just... You keep your head straight. You're swimming like this. What the fuck? Like, you're not... Are you looking... Like, are you... Like, are you... Huh? I know that the crawl... That the... You know, like, the crawling thingy is a little bit difficult, right? But, like, if you just want to swim like a... Like, on the beach, you know, do the easiest version. Okay, I'm showing you, right? You have your arms and you have your legs, right? Basically, you want to kick. You're a frog, okay? You're a frog, okay? Oh, hold on, let me... Basically, you want to put your hands together like this. Right? First of all, your head should be straight or almost up. Like you're putting your head back so you can like look a little bit further ahead or like up to the sky and keep your mouth and nose out of the water. Right? That's how you breathe. Like you cannot breathe underwater. Keep your mouth and nose out of water when you try to breathe. I don't know how that's difficult. I'm gonna look like a silly dog. No, that's normal. No one can see you because they're all on like underwater as well. They can barely see you. If you're swimming other people, you can barely see their heads. They're just bobbing. They don't see. No one's seeing you from this perspective. Okay, you're not gonna choke on the chlorine. You will only choke if the water gets into your mouth. Just like time it. There's waves and shit. You gotta raise your head. Like use your neck muscles a little. Your head can. Like, it can look down like this, but it can also look up, okay? You have to breathe up here. I don't, like, if you're like this and you're like breathing in water, that's on you. No, that's on you. I'm sorry, you're just being stupid then. If you do not have any basic survival instinct, that's on you. I cannot blame you. Stop pointing at me. The fuck? Anyways, you are a frog. This is your first pose, okay? You pretend to be a frog. And then you're kind of scooping. You're scooping water, okay? You're scooping water with your legs, okay? And so you do this. Right? Well, first of all, I think no wait, actually in the frog pose, I think you wait, we'll do the legs first, okay? We do the legs first. You can figure out the rhythm later. And you basically you have the legs like this. And then afterwards, right? You move them down to here. And that's it. Right? And then you tuck them in again. Wait, hold on. And then basically you tuck them in, and then you just rinse and repeat. You tuck them in, right? Tuck your legs in. Then you do the frog kick. Right? Which is like raising, like spreading your legs out, and then bam, right? You don't need a leg for that. Easier said than done. No, it is that easy. Right, you just do that while you float. Like you're on your belly, you belly float, and then you do that. It's that easy, right? So you... Hold on, let me see. I think at this point... And then for the arms... Okay, I forgot. It's been a while since I let me see. Anyways, and then as for the arms... Basically, you want to do the same. You tuck your arms in, right? You tuck them in. And then you bring them to your front. You're doing a prayer, okay? You're praying. You're doing the praying hand emoji, okay? And then you want to spear through the water, right? Now you're a spear, okay? You want to spear and then you jab the water and you like bring your arms forward. Palms down, okay? Palms are important. You don't want to slide. Like, basically, over here, your arms are like this, okay? It doesn't matter how you tuck your arms in. It's very like, it'll probably be like this since you... Anyways. You can't break water? No, you're not breaking water. You're like, look at this. When you step forward, right? Your hands are together, so they'll just like slide right through it, right? That's the whole point. That's why you have to do the prayer thingy. Once your arms are in front, like this, right? Now your little pencil. Everything's kind of straight, right? And at this point, your legs have also done the frog, so now you're just like a straight pencil. And this is when you move forward. This is when you do this. Right? Then you turn your palms outwards because now you need to push the water to the back. Why am I giving you a swimming lesson? It's just like swimming theory. Now you gotta push the water back. Do it in your bathtub or something. Right? And you're basically facing your palms outwards while you do this. It's the same thing as when you do like rotary. Like when you just like rotate your arms to warm up and shit. Right? And you just like push it all the way down. Right? Basically you're pushing all of this water back to propel yourself forward. And then your arms are basically like back like this and you're doing Mitsuna's pose. And you're just like a woman standing. Right? And this is where you just like still continue. And then you took your and then you get your arms back to the front. Does that make sense? You're constantly just like doing this. You're just like rotating. And your legs do the same. You are a little propeller. Right? And I think the other thing is a little bit more difficult because you're basically doing all of these parts asynchronously. So you're still doing the same movements, but when this arm is up here, this arm is down here, and then it's basically like offset. So the frog thing is the easiest thing, and honestly the only thing you need to know if you want to just like go swim on a beach or something. Okay, I'm gonna head off and nap. Good night. That like the explaining how to swim just like took so much out of me right now. I'm gonna go sleep too. Good night, Mitsuna. Kim. You started with Kim. I was like, Kim Solom? That was a typo. Good night. Good night, everyone. I didn't even draw any of... Oh, fuck. I spent the whole... like 3.5 hours just drawing his face and hair. LMFAO. That's so funny. I was just yapping the whole time again, I guess. I haven't even drawn any of his clothes or anything. What about fine? Did I draw his clothes? No, not really. Shit. Okay, well, I'm cooked then. It's okay. I can do it. I can do it another time. Well, time to go. Good night. Sleep tight. Mwah! Oh, I almost forgot. Forgot to turn it off. Bye!